Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to Stamford Bridge again.
Okay, fine. we can keep the name. How are you?
I'm fine, and you are exhausted after a lengthy journey.
Yeah, well, the journey wasn't itself very lengthy. I just spent 4 days in London standing around talking. So I've just got back from Jordan Peterson's ARC Forum conference, which it was huge. There was something like 5,000 people there, and it's not cheap. You've got to pay good money for a ticket to go, right? So somewhere between like 4,000 and 5,000 people. It was really big, and it was this massive venue where everyone was there, right? So like, you're standing there and like Dan Crenshaw walks past, and it's like, oh shit, what the fuck's he doing? Like, not a great example, I suppose, but like, Eric Weinstein and just loads and loads of like, important and influential people there. And so you spend all of your time networking and talking to people, which is wonderful. But that means you are literally standing up. I didn't watch many of the speeches, to be honest, because I watched a couple, and they're very like, conservative liberal speeches, which is nice, but not very interesting or boundary pushing. So yeah, I'm tired and in pain.
Tired and in pain, just the way we like, Sargon.
Yeah, but otherwise I'm really good, and it was very interesting.
I think I talked to somebody who was going to be there a couple of months ago, I think. How do you feel it is, like, influence-wise? Because you mentioned that a lot of the speeches are kind of like basic bitch conservatism, I guess.
Yeah, the speeches aren't that interesting. I mean, Douglas Murray's was very good, but it's hard for Douglas Murray not to give a great speech, so it's kind of expected and not terribly surprising.
I have lost.
The rest of them they were okay. I think Peterson himself could have benefited more from actually scripting what he was saying, because he was talking off the top of his head a bit, and it wasn't bad, but it was just not brilliant, and it would have been better if he had just, used a teleprompter. Basically, would have been better. But it wasn't the speeches in the main hall that were important. What was important is talking to people and actually getting a feel for what people actually think. When having a private conversation with someone about the issues. That was way more interesting and way more useful.
Interesting. Because I think this will be like the outward-facing face, literally, of the new conservatism, whatever we can even define as new conservatism, which is one of the big problems that we are dealing with.
Oh, absolutely. But the people on the ground were a lot more based than the people on the stage.
I think that's a general problem, though. I think, honestly, the audience in many cases are further along than many of the established figures right now.
Oh yeah, that was very, very clear, right from the start as well. Especially the younger folk. Like, there was an article about me in Unheard the other day. Did you see it?
I didn't.
I'll send you a link to it. You'll find it. They obviously they're using a fat picture, which is great. Like, if there's one thing I want to see, it's me being fat. But basically, this article describes me about as being essentially like the sort of Karl Marx of the right.
I saw this, but I didn't read it. Oh, that is an old fucking picture too.
I know, a fucking horrible picture. But it's a very flattering thing, because it's basically saying, look. He's got this one particular line where he's like, I hear his moral style in all of the Zoomers that I speak to. All of the things he talks about for them are settled issues. They have decided, no, Sargon was right about all of these things. And so we just, we're moving on to the solutions. We're no longer discussing these things, which is obviously fantastic. And I mean, if you just go through it, the whole thing is just like, this guy and his friends are dangerous, and they're getting. They're winning hearts and minds is the problem that he has, which is, again, it's wonderful. wonderful to hear. And I felt that at Arc, right? Because lots of like people of sort of my age and older know who I am or knew who I was and were very friendly and Apple talk to people and everyone's lovely. And there's a kind of like in Britain there's a kind of a right wing peer group of people. So all those sorts of people are all well and good. But lots and lots of the Zoomers came up to me like, man, you were just so formative on everything I believe. Thank you so much for everything you've done, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, right, okay. So maybe this article has a point, like.
Absolutely. Well, I think this is also because the mainline people, the politicians of conservatism, are frankly largely outdated right now.
Yeah.
Which is why Trump was able to get such an enormous amount of influence, because there weren't any real established people that could kind of beat him down with their gravitas and superior position and skill. They didn't really exist.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And Trump just smashed them all. Absolutely smashed them. And a lot of the Zoomers were, so much further along than the establishment conservatives.
Absolutely. Like, you can see this also in the popularity. Like, I'm very interested in seeing what will actually happen over in the US with Vance, how he's going to take things, because I'm sure you paid attention to his absolutely thunderous speech against the EU a few days ago.
How could you miss it? How could you miss it?
He yelled at a whole room of EU bureaucrats that desperately needed to be yelled at.
Yeah, made one German or Austrian politician just cry. Like, actually cry.
Yeah, they've been acting like upset bitches ever since. Like, just today, there was one German politician who's like, the transatlantic cooperation is over.
The answer.
Oh, yeah? What does that mean?
We can't have it all our way anymore. America's not willing to foot our bill.
Oh, yeah. You're going to pay for all of this yourself, are you? I see.
It's all over, bro. What do you mean we should take responsibility for our own defense? We can't.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. We can't, is literally how they feel. But yeah, no, so the whole thing was very interesting, and it felt like there was a lot of energy and a lot of movement, right? Stuff was genuinely happening. And like I said, the people on the stage just felt like, a bit like, okay, well, yeah, we did that, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And everyone's up for new things now.
Service guaranteed.
Yeah, it might be honestly that the somewhat ossified leadership is one of the primary corks keeping all of this energy in the bottle.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a sort of a true representation of how things are. But you can feel the bubbling coming up. The pressure is, the fire is rising, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least you had fun.
Yeah. It was really good.
It's actually, there's been an interesting few days in terms of a lot of stuff. January was fairly quiet, and now a lot of the idiocy is emerging. It feels like the month of lunacy has begun again.
Oh, has it? I've basically not been able to use. No, I've not been able to use the internet, but I just basically haven't been on the internet. So catch me up, please.
Well, you probably heard of this guy, Jesus Christ. Heard of him?
I've heard of him tangentially. Did he do anything important?
Well, there's a lot of discussion about that, but we have some ideas of what he looks like. Some popular representations.
Do we?
Yep, Hollywood has come up with a new one.
Does he look like a vaguely Middle Eastern man?
No, he looks like a black woman with a nose ring.
Oh, I should have guessed. Jesus Christ. That can't be.
Oh, yeah, no, it can be.
Oh, God. What are they doing?
This woman is... She's kind of become one of those progressive characteristics now, so everybody's latching on to her. She needs to play Nosferatu, honestly.
Yeah, she does look a bit Nosferatu, doesn't she?
No, she unironically does. Like the shaved heads, the ridiculously long nails.
Yeah. But also the kind of long face, that sort of, narrowness to the face.
Yes, there's like a degree of deathly emaciation to it.
Mm.
But now she's going to be Jesus, so why not?
I mean, good for her. Good for her.
The black, queer, progressive woman.
Just like Jesus, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
I read the Bible.
Though to be fair, like she was in Wicked, and her co-star doesn't look great either.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. I don't know if this is like a new Hollywood fad or something, but a lot of them are looking like walking corpses all of a sudden.
You know what? There's something quite weird about it, because there is a kind of like fetishization and worship of black people in Hollywood, and this is putting it a bit on the nose, right?
I see where you're going there, and that's too goddamn spicy.
Okay, sorry. I didn't think that was that spicy.
No.
But okay, sorry.
The image of an starving African child races to mind.
Oh my god, what is wrong with it? Who's this woman?
This is Ariana Grande.
I guess she's a singer or something, right?
She is.
Why does she look like she's literally been released from a concentration camp?
That's a good question. This is what she used to look like.
Right, so she used to be a babe.
Yep. And
now she looks like she is a victim of like Seven or something, like, or Saw or something like that. Like, why? Like, I assume this is Ozempic, right?
Yeah, this is her at the BAFTAs.
That's awful. She looks. I mean, this has got to be an Ozempic thing, right? Where she's just taken this weight loss drug.
Presumably, I don't even know.
And now she looks like she's starving to death.
Yeah, like her entire thing back in the day was basically,
I have lost.
You know, being I don't even know, a bit more on the fluffy side, the meaty side. You know, good big thighs, etc.
Yeah, but I like that in a woman.
Exactly. That was appealing. This is not.
I don't find this attractive at all. I think this is a person who looks like they've been abused. You know. So I'm on the we need to get this woman a cheeseburger train.
I don't know, an ambulance might be more more pressingly needed.
Yeah, just something. Yeah, someone help her.
It's Hollywood.
This is like, you know, the latest Hollywood trend is it's like with Starlight from The Boys. Where it's like, what did you do to your own face?
Oh yes, I remember that.
It's like, why did you do? You were gorgeous. What is wrong with you? You didn't need to do that.
Yeah, she had. Let me see if I can find her. She went through a pretty drastic transformation from original. Let's see if I can find a new one.
Like, why would you do this?
Oh, there we go. A bit of a side by side.
Oh God! Like, and she looks hollowed out, right? It's like,
you ignorant slut.
It's like someone's drained the life out of her.
Maybe that's just what Hollywood does. It sucks the soul out of people.
Maybe it does. I'm certainly not going to suggest that's impossible.
And it does look like it. I mean, again, if this is their image of Jesus, then
fire is the answer.
Little bit of soul sucking might not be all that strange.
This is terrible. I saw like who's the Bautista or whatever his name was, the wrestler guy who's in like the Avengers or whatever. There was a picture of him the other day, and he looks really skinny. And it's like, what are you doing this for? Like, it's not good to be ultra skinny. It doesn't look good.
It doesn't, but I guess that is just the new chic.
I guess it must be, yeah.
Some Hollywood producers' new fetish.
Yeah.
But not even that. It's just so much just in the last few days of weirdness.
Really?
Here's a... Always good to start the day with abusing a woman, of course.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They decided to put 3 skinny chicks up against 2, like, actual fighters, too, and they beat the living life shit out of these women.
Obviously, why is this happening? God.
It's like, the thing is, too, like, you've seen these previously where they kind of, like, play fight, you know, he's pushing the woman away, you know, lightly kicking her. These guys aren't doing that. Like, these are professional fighters. Yeah. Like, they kick them full fucking force.
Yeah. That's brutal. Absolutely. Jesus.
Like, at least you could get some chubby dudes who don't take this shit seriously.
But goddamn, man. Like, men punch so much harder than women.
I mean,
so much harder.
The fight just ends because the referees are like, no, somebody's going to get seriously injured.
Yeah, someone's going to get broken. And the thing is, the guys, how can you be like, oh yeah, we're proud of our victory? What are you proud of your victory? But some girls, you pricks.
2 men beat the shit out of 3 women. That's
terrible.
Like I said, it's just been a weird few days, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, here's the thing. I can get you in the mood for watching women be beat up, though.
Fire is the answer.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Well, let me just, here you go.
You are never getting your country back.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're never getting your country back. You are never getting your country back.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's radicalized me.
Would you like to revise your position on beating women?
No, I'm just going to vote really, really, really far to the right next time. Really far to the right. I'm going to keep voting more and more right. Just fuck this. Fuck all these people. Fuck everyone. Fuck you. God damn it, man.
I love that clip.
It's just... Honestly, some people, man.
Some people. I love that because you are an immigrant. You are an asylum seeker. Like, God, I'm coming here for help. The first thing you do is wave your passport to the camera going, you're never getting your country back.
I mean, that is so awful. Like, yeah, we're here to steal your country. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, thanks for the mask off moment, to be honest. You know, I have to try and persuade people that's what you're doing. But you'll just come out and say it. So that's useful.
Yeah. We've arrived at the point where it's not even shameful. It's a good thing.
Yeah. It's, like I said, that is useful. So, you know, hopefully, I mean, to be honest with you, you know what I'd do? If I were Trump, I'd just make that into an advert. I'm not even joking.
Make that into an advert. Like, these are the people are coming into the country. You sure?
Yeah. Well, no, I would literally change nothing, put no context on it. I would just play that on TV. I'd spend millions of dollars, by Elon, spend millions of dollars and just have that just playing non-stop for a week. Just these fucking women. You're never getting your country back. You're never getting dude, that'd be it. That'd be it. You know, you think the deportations were difficult? Sorry. No. The average countryman would be dobbing people the fuck in, man.
Just a little text at the end. Remember, it's $1,000 bounty on every immigrant you turn into ice.
I have lost
100%.
And this has been like the week of this too. I mean, here's another gentleman.
Hey, white people, where y'all going?
I have lost.
Now, wait a minute. Where y'all going? Where you guys going to? And I know it's you. Where y'all going?
What?
No, man. The amount of for sale signs I'm seeing on these houses out here. Where y'all going? Bryanston, Houghton, Rosebank, Waterfall, Dainton areas. These areas where y'all live at. Randburg.
I have lost.
Yeah, Pete. Where are you guys going? All these for sale signs on these houses. I know it's y'all that live here. We don't landscape like this. I know it's you guys. Where you guys going?
Do you think that might be part of it?
Who knows?
Do you think that might be something to do with it, buddy?
Where? Canada, Australia, Dubai? Where you guys going?
Why? Do you have to follow?
Yes.
Be damned if I'm staying here without you guys.
Exactly.
What? Canada, Australia, Dubai? Where you guys going? Because I'll be damned if I'm staying here without you guys. Mm-mm.
Again, I love these mascot moments.
Following you people. Where you guys go is where I go. I'm Zimbabwean. I know this trend.
That is brilliant.
This happened in Zim. Y'all left like this in Zim. Well, okay, Mugabe kicked y'all out, but...
Oh, yeah, that was smart, wasn't it? How'd it go?
We kicked you out of Zimbabwe, and then everything went to shit. Now I'm just following you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's literally it. What happened in South Africa? Oh, same thing.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Y'all started leaving like this in Zim. I'm not going through this again. I am not going through this
Oh,
again.
my God. I mean, that... Again, I put that on TV. So, Elon, give me just 10 million quid, mate, right? And I will have the most devastating media campaign you have ever seen. You will be like, no fucking way. And I'll be like, oh, yeah. The public will beg you to do everything you want to do. Trust me. Trust me when I'm done. And it'll be unedited footage.
Yep. Hey, at least this guy's honest. Like, oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
I moved after the white people because they make nice neighborhoods.
Yeah. It's like,
Now that you're moving away again, I'm gonna follow you.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm still gonna refuse to landscape like you do, but I'm following.
Yeah. Landscape your fucking garden. Maybe you can come. It's not that much of a request, is it? Is that so hard?
Apparently, I guess there's something innate with landscaping that white people do. Oh,
Yeah, that other people can't do, or what? Like, just wondering.
well, there might be something to that. There's that Orenia, the old
Orania, yeah.
Afrikaner enclave in Africa.
Yeah.
That started out like a blasted, scorched hellscape, and then they turned it into this.
You know what? This is something that came up a lot at ARC. It's like, look,
I have lost.
we've got to kind of admit that Africa isn't doing great, right? Is it beyond the pale for like African governments to be like, can we hire a private like colonial governor to come and advise and manage the country? Is that possible? I mean, maybe. It's not that ridiculous, right?
Maybe. Because that's the thing, like, Africa is an incredibly wealthy continent.
Oh, yeah, it's lovely. It's got everything.
Like,
It's
unironically,
massive.
the moment you apply even the simplest bare-bone basics of modern agriculture,
Yeah.
you can turn, like, dead, desolate areas. Like, this entire community here is entirely funded by agriculture. I think they grow, like, soybeans, something like that.
Right.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's what it looked like to begin with.
Yeah. It's just, it's what we do. But like you know Rhodesia. Have you ever seen any of the videos and pictures of Rhodesia before it became Zimbabwe?
I have, yes. I looked into that a little bit recently. It is a fascinating little piece of history.
It looks like fucking paradise. It looks like heaven. Like it's just the most incredible, beautiful thing. Like there are like manors and mansions, and it's just like, oh my god, look how gorgeous all of this was.
Oh yeah, it looked like 60s America.
Yeah. Almost all of the immigration to Zimbabwe, Rhodesia, was from England. So it was like a little English enclave in Africa. No Afrikaners or anything like that. And just look at it. Just fucking look at it. It's like, oh my god, I created heaven.
Yeah, like
And then
Africa
it got
is an
taken away.
excellent continent. Like incredibly so. It has ass loads of resources. Apply the bare minimum of modern agricultural technique. It'll be lush and verdant. No problem at all. You can grow as much food as you want. It's huge. Like people forget how huge Africa is.
Oh yeah, it's something like 3 times the size of Europe.
Yeah, it's enormous.
Colossal. Yeah, absolutely colossal. And it's like there's no excuse It's like the Garden of fucking Eden. Let's enjoy it. But there we go. There we go.
Yeah. Again, like, because our world map is like wrong because we focus on the areas that we give a shit about, which is basically
No.
America.
The Mercator projection is not about focusing on the areas we give a shit about, right? The Mercator projection is for navigation. So what it allows you to do is draw straight lines.
Oh.
So I looked into this a while ago. So basically, can you get a Mercator projection and say navigation or something with it? You'll be able to find a chart or something that shows you. Like you can literally just draw straight lines around the map, right? Really, really, really useful if you're sailing, because you just follow that heading or whatever, and it show you how to get from one place to another. Not useful if you want to roughly approximate the size of things, right? Because you can literally just draw straight lines across the map, so you can figure out where to sail. That's what it was for. And that's why it was useful.
Okay.
It shouldn't really be on classrooms, because it does give on a classroom wall, because it does give you a misguided size judgment of things. Like Russia isn't that big actually. It is big obviously, but it's not that big, but it looks that big because it's in the northern hemisphere. But yeah, so the Mercator projection is just purely functional tool, and it's a very good tool for what it's for. It's just not for classroom walls, frankly.
Yeah, because again, Africa, hilariously massive, massive.
Yeah, it's just, and it's full of stuff. It could be incredible.
Yeah, and again, like people also think, oh, but it's super duper dry. Actually, no.
Massive lakes,
Yeah.
massive
lakes,
rainforests,
tons of rivers.
Yeah, all of the center of Africa is rainforest.
Yeah, oh, it's a complete myth that this is this inhospitable, incredibly dangerous continent that we just cannot tame. Like, no.
And it probably was in like the 18th and 19th centuries or something, but it's not
before
now.
we figured out malaria medicine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Malaria medicine was a big thing, and the sleeping disease. During the First World War in Africa, the English were fighting as the Germans in German East Africa, along with the Boers of South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
They suffered a casualty rate of 1,000% in horses. So
Jesus.
Every horse that made it to the front line, 10 would die.
Christ.
Yeah, it was absurd.
Wild.
It was absolutely ridiculous because the tsetse fly, the sleeping disease fly, loved horses.
Yeah. We don't have those in Europe.
Nope, we do not.
Thank God.
But yeah, like Africa, there's no reason why it cannot be amazing. Instead, of course, we have places that have been amazing that we are now adopting differently.
Well, I mean, we totally backstabbed Rhodesia. It was awful.
It wasn't a liberal nation. It wasn't liberal enough.
No, that's honestly, that's exactly the reason, and it's terrible. It's so humiliating. It's like the communists will think badly of us. Oh no, fuck you. It's so bad.
Well,
what we did to them.
I don't even think it was necessarily the communists. I think literally it was that the Church of Liberalism at the time was so strong that the idea of aiding a nation that wasn't as stridently liberal as us was just a sin.
Yeah,
Something,
I mean, you watch.
Yeah, something dirty, uncouth.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right on it. Because like you watch Ian Smith on William F. Buckley's firing line, and all it is Buckley going, "You're not liberal. You're not being liberal. You're not being liberal. You're not giving. It should be one man, one vote, and it should be the majority rules." It's like, look, you don't understand. Before we, he doesn't say this, but he's basically saying, look, before we got here, these people didn't have the wheel. Okay, they didn't. No, I'm not even. It's not a joke. It's completely true. The people in Zimbabwe, Rhodesia, they didn't use the wheel. They carried stuff on their heads, and it's like, okay, fair enough, whatever. But they're not ready for like modern democracies. I'm sorry, and look at what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Like they arrived at a continent where people had not even developed the very basics of civilized society, and they needed to construct it from the ground up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the way things were. But, Buckley being so remote and in at the time, probably something like, 80, 90% white society was just like, oh, you should be more liberal. Oh, God, shut up, mate.
And on the heels of the Second World War, where the Church of Liberalism became even further entrenched, where anything that wasn't liberal, in fact, was the most unthinkable horrors.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And as a result, we now have a brown hand holding up the British values.
Well, I mean, it's for those people, I guess, It's not for us. We need to teach the British how to be British. Like, I don't think it's our problem.
I love the fact that it's an open hand too. It feels like it's about to slap you. It's like, no. Listen,
no, I'm gonna get
you're tolerant. Your values are tolerance. You will tolerate me.
God, I hate tolerance so much. I just really do. It's the worst. I don't agree with it, to be honest. No, I think if something's evil, we shouldn't tolerate it.
Well,
I've just got...
There's the much abused quote from Karl Popper. What was it?
Oh, yeah.
You cannot be tolerant towards the intolerant.
Yeah, that was
And
Popper.
the left keeps using that. It's like, no, he was talking about you.
Yeah, he literally was talking about you, you fucking idiots. Not really a fan of Popper either, though, to be honest.
No, he was pretty nutty, but he got that one right at least.
Yeah, I mean, he was correct on that. But, stop clock and all that.
British values. We're not yet still done with the quick hits of idiocy today.
Well, go on.
We have a woman here that is going to explain to us that... well, no, you know what? A woman is going to explain something. I'll just leave it at that.
Wonderful.
No, because I actually find it hysterical how a lot of Republicans and Trump supporters like to say that colleges and universities brainwash their students to be liberal, when it's like, have they ever just stopped to think that maybe, just maybe, that people that graduate college and are educated with a degree are more likely to lean liberal because they're smarter?
That's so clever. She's got us. Oh, well, good point. No, good point.
Service guarantee.
One man, one vote in Rhodesia. It's going to work this time, boys. They're so much smarter than us.
I love the smug look on her face.
Yeah.
She thinks she's onto something good here,
She's got us. It's a great point.
She's figured this one out. Well, I don't. You've recently emerged from an institution where only the liberal worldview is taught, and you've come to the conclusion that your opposition are dumb. What defense could we possibly mount?
Well, there's just no. We're just smarter than you. It's.
I have been. How dare you say we're indoctrinated? I have been successfully indoctrinated, and I know.
Yeah.
There's no indoctrination going on here.
I've been indoctrinated to think I'm better than you, and lo and behold, I think I'm better than you. What are the odds? These fucking people, man. These fucking people. And yet, if you're so fucking smart, why is Trump your president?
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe you smart liberals will be able to figure out an answer.
Let's see. How's the German election going?
You ignorant slut.
I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's cancelled like the Romanian one. I mean, do you see Trump calling Zelensky a dictator, right?
Yes.
Like, fucking hell, that's a bit strong. Like, I'm not a fan of Zelensky, but that's a bit strong.
It's a bit strong.
It's understandable. I mean, so there are a lot of comparisons to Churchill in World War II. But, Churchill had a national government anyway, right? So he had the opposition parties in his government. And, if you're in the middle of a total war, fine. But, actually, a lot of Ukraine isn't actually directly under threat. But even then, I don't think it's a fair comparison.
Yeah, I do believe Ukraine is absolutely in a position
I
to
have
run
lost.
elections right now. They're not. There's no major
Yeah.
offensives going back and forth. The front line's been pretty much stagnant for like a year plus. They
Yeah,
can hold
yeah.
elections.
Yeah, but I don't think it's fair to call Zelensky a dictator.
No. But then again, people call Trump a dictator, so maybe he just got sick of it.
I don't think Zelensky calls Trump a dictator. But he was totally just burying him, though. It was just like, oh, bloody hell, Trump. You know? Did you see that they're complaining about Coach Red Pill
Ignorant
again?
slut.
Are they? Didn't he
Yeah,
die?
he did. Look up Gonzalo Lira on Twitter, right? And you'll find loads of really big MAGA accounts. I think Vance himself mentioned it because he was technically an American citizen, even though he was Chilean. And they're like, oh, yeah, Zelensky tortured to death an American journalist who was, speaking in favor of Russia because that's a smart thing to do.
That's a very smart thing to do.
Russia is invading the country I'm in. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and say, yeah, Russia's good, actually. Very, very clever. But yes, he did indeed die.
I mean, the thing is, I don't think anyone is arguing that Zelensky is perfect. He's an Eastern European
Well, yeah.
politician.
Yeah.
But I think we are going a little bit too hard on this one.
Yeah, I don't really agree with it. Like, again, I really don't like Zelensky, but he's not a dictator.
No. Although Germany might have one very soon. The AFD is surging. It's looking like it might get a 20% now.
Ooh.
20% out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parties. So that's a pretty big deal.
That's massive.
That's
They're
a pretty
definitely
big
going
deal.
to cancel the election.
Yeah, because they were trying to get rid of AFD. They were even searching for legislative measures to basically ban the party.
Yeah, because we did a video just called "The Very German Interpretation of Democracy." Like, oh, our opponents are a danger to democracy. Why? Because they're going to win.
Fire is the answer.
They're going to get voted for, and we're not. That's a danger to democracy.
Yep.
So,
Like,
yeah,
this
that's
was
how it
just
works.
like a couple of months ago where they started talking about this because they saw the
Yeah.
polls come in like, oh.
Yep. We're
Damn.
fucked.
This is all a problem of their own creation too because they have kept the AFD out of power year after year by just massive, impotent, pointless coalitions that can achieve nothing because the parties just bicker with each other and don't do anything. And they become a coalition solely to keep the AFD out of power. And so nothing gets solved, no problems get fixed, no issues are resolved, nothing is done. And then, of course, the German people are going, well, shit, we're just going to vote harder for the opposition then.
And that is really what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, because it's so obvious that you guys are just not legitimate at this point. Like, we are at the end of your paradigm. You've done everything you want to do, and everything's shit. It's time for a change. Same with reform in UK. Like, Nigel isn't really doing that much to win. What's really happening is they're just collapsing around him. All of his enemies are just literally collapsing.
Yeah. After decades of this, of them doing exactly what they keep saying they're going to do, and it doesn't work. And
Yeah.
eventually, you're just going to push everybody so far that they're going, okay, well, shit, we have no option. I don't want to vote for this party. Like, my parents and etc. don't like them. They've always been the outside party, but it's the only alternative.
Yeah, that's how Geert Wilders did so well.
Yeah.
Literally, he was just the outsider going, look, this is going to be a problem, this is going to be a problem. And then people just kept getting stabbed, and everyone's like, yeah, okay, fair enough, we'll get Geert.
Yep.
And it's like,
again,
well, if you just listened.
AFD's ads are amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Go on, let's
new
see some.
Germans will make them
Yeah.
ourselves.
That's so good. That's so good. That's so good. We'll make them ourselves.
Yep.
That's excellent.
It's like, burkas? No, we've got our own.
This is so brilliant. That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, let me show you something. Right. So there's a campaign group in the UK called Led by Donkeys.
Led by donkeys, I see.
Yeah, because there's in the World War One, right? The common refrain in Britain is, "Oh, the British troops are lions led by donkeys." Right now, I don't think that's fair at all, obviously, but they are just essentially a shit lib campaign group, and so they've got nothing to say. They used to be staunch critics of the Conservatives, obviously, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll hold Labour to account," and they've done nothing on Labour, and they're just constantly going on about Nigel Farage. Right? Get this video up.
All right.
You ignorant slut.
Arch, pull that up.
Yep, it's up.
Watch this. Does that make Nigel Farage look good or bad? Can you go back to like the first frame, right?
Yep.
We'll zoom a little bit further in so you can see the gun, right? That is a fucking epic picture of Nigel Farage, right? That is, we are going to fucking kill you energy, right? That's Nigel Farage. And if you scroll down a little bit, you see my fucking reply. Hey, Zuma men, the guy in charge of reform is totally loaded and absolutely fucks. You don't want to be like him, do you? Right? Click on my reply, and I've got another one under it because this was just so fucking funny. I couldn't stop. Like, this is them. This is them. These fucking little soft-handed fucking limp dicks in drinking their IPA beers. And so I was just like, look, if you cockwombles vote for Nigel Farage, he's literally going to storm into our pub with his shotgun and shoot us in our smug fucking faces. You wouldn't want that, would you? That's literally what they're fucking saying with this advert. It's like, no, what you're saying is Nigel Farage's really fucking successful and you made him look like a badass. It's like, yeah, that's not an aspirational thing for young British men, is it? You fucking idiots. What are you doing? They pay good money for this. If I were Farage, I'd change that to my profile picture. But like, yeah, no, I'm going to fucking shoot him. I just love it. It's like, you fucking idiots. What are you doing?
I suppose that's precisely the problem, though. Like, Nigel Farage should do that, but he doesn't exist in that paradigm.
Yeah.
Like, we've got the same problem over here in Norway, where we recently got a fairly based woman as the leader for all alternative party.
Oh,
and the moment she becomes the leader, she grows completely flaccid and mild-mannered. Because, like, oh, I'm a politician now. I've got to behave with respect. I was like, the time for respect has passed. I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, the time for dunking on these people. And posing with a shotgun. Again, Nigel didn't put that up. They put that fucking up. Just so good. Okay. Nigel's dangerous and he's going to kick our asses. Oh, brilliant. I knew I liked him for a reason. Like, I wish Nigel was half as based as you were making him sound.
Exactly. That's kind of the problem.
Yeah. I don't think he is going to shoot you. But again, like everything about these men screams domesticated, right? Domestic animal. Oh, you can't. Like the entire thing is, oh, Nigel Farage pocketed from second jobs. It's like, that's not theft, you idiots. That's him working really hard. Like, all the constituents in Clacton like him because he's successful and he defends Britain. And you're like, oh, look, he's making money. It's like, what's wrong with making money? It's good. We want success. We're not just envious, like, weirdos like you freaks. Like, we like to have stuff. I don't know why they think this works.
A very different moral matrices.
Well, it's a very feminine one, right? They're looking at like, oh, if he has wealth, he must have stolen it. It's like, no, it's not how it works. Oh, if he's rich, like what they're saying is virtue is only found in poverty. No one believes that. Like, that's not what the average British person actually thinks. Like, people don't think that poor are innately good because they're poor, but commie, like, losers like these guys who are basically so completely feminized that they are, in fact, a kind of walking embodiment of the low sperm count crisis. Like, do these guys look like they're suffering from that? You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what we're looking at with these guys. They're totally feminized, totally domestic. And they put Nige up there with a fucking shotgun going, ooh. It's like, yeah, no, he looks like a Chad. Well done, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, no, like, this is unironically how they think, though.
Yeah.
I did just a video today on a guy who says that, fans are too cruel to developers. And in the video, he argues that it's okay to go harass, like, the CEOs and executives simply because they have more money.
I don't think it is. Just kids, if you're wondering, is it okay to harass people? It doesn't really matter who they are. And the answer is no.
Yeah. But that's their entire view of things. Like, okay, well, this guy is above me, therefore you can go harass him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. That's exactly what they think. And it's just very, very small-minded, petty, and frankly pathetic.
You ignorant slut.
Years, decades of indoctrination.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a... Ah, yes. Here we go. White guilt.
Oh, God.
We have an excellent example of just that. I am proud to be white. So if they stand on the middle line, then they kind of agree. And everyone's like, oh, no.
Yeah. Can there be a middle?
No.
Gotta pick a side. Pick a side. I don't know which side to pick.
One woman in the middle is like, I kind of feel bad about this, but I'm kind of am.
Guiltily, I'm happy that I'm not oppressed, but I'm not proud of things people have done in the past.
When I think of being proud of something, I think of something I worked for, or that I had to do nothing to be white, absolutely nothing, and nothing was taken from me because I was white.
It's like
Oh yeah.
Sure about that?
Yeah, I'm not even going to get into it.
saying I'm a proud white person is a completely different saying than saying I'm a proud black person.
Well, I mean, I guess when you put it like that.
The fat white woman speaketh.
Yeah.
Because when you hear
These
I'm a
fucking
proud black
people.
person, I think empowerment, I think strength, I think courage, I think, all these amazing things that the black community has done and accomplished throughout the years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, all these things the race has done that's worth of being proud of, all the strength and accomplishment of the black people. Yeah.
I mean, she's literally moments away from having a black sun rotate behind her. Like, what are you
But then when
doing,
say
woman?
I am a
What are you
strong,
doing?
or I'm a proud white person, already there's so
Heresy's the
much
question. Fire is the answer.
involved in that. Think
Okay, yeah. It's not hateful when they do it, but it's hateful when we do it. Got it. Understood.
Yes. And at no point does it click within her head and go like, hold on, this is the exact same standard, but different for two different races.
Yeah, it's literally a special racial carve-out. That's all it is.
about that is like how you said, someone who says I'm proud to be black, that's empowerment. Why aren't I allowed to be proud to be white?
Holy shit, neuron activation.
Yeah.
What makes it wrong?
Yeah, what are you proud of?
But why does pride only come from oppression?
Surely it should be the opposite. Like, you haven't been impressed. Correct. We conquered everyone we came across. Yellow, black, other shades of white, all of them.
Yeah. We were really actually non-discriminatory about our conquest.
Well, they just said, like, all of the achievements of the black community. Looks over, like, largest empire in the world.
Yeah, I mean, okay, feel free to list them or whatever. I don't care, but like, why does pride only come from suffering and oppression and pain? Being a loser, right? Yeah. Having been at the bottom of the barrel is the only way you can be proud. I don't agree with that.
Just your skin color? Because yes, that is wrong.
Oh, I think the fat lady might disagree.
So you're saying I can't be proud to be white because I don't have a culture?
No, that's not what I'm saying. When white people say they're proud to be white, a lot of times, at least in my opinion, they're talking about their skin color, that they're not a different race. I think that's wrong.
Well, he's currently having a little bit of a mental fault here, because that is what he means when she says, oh, it's just because I don't have a culture. Yeah, that's what he believes, but it's like, well, I can't say that because that's retarded. Brain, I just resort to my old point. I think you're wrong.
Yeah. But as like we were talking about, as a proud black person, they've been oppressed. That a lot of their culture was stolen from them.
Who oppressed?
I'm not saying. I'm not saying that black people shouldn't feel proud or anything, but it's just like I just don't think that. Oh, we were oppressed, therefore we are proud. Like I don't see what the connection is there, really.
Yeah. No, the only thing is that it's you can't be proud because you're a white person. Nobody's saying you can't be proud of being anything else.
Yeah, it's just, but like philosophically, oppression isn't a necessary component of pride. It's just that simple.
A lot of reasons that I don't like proud to be white is because it has the Nazis.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
He was holding that in for a long time.
Yeah. Let me just get to the Nazis. Oh yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, good point. I'm not German, but okay, whatever.
It's that meme of the kid with the bulging blood vein in his head sitting next to the hot girl, like, oh God, gotta call her a Nazi. Oh, how can I call her a Nazi?
It's all right. We got there in the end.
Used it. The KKK used it. I don't want
to
be
the
associated
KKK
with
now.
any of those things, so I'm just gonna.
What? Why? Who associated with you those? When did you get associated with a fucking KKK, bro?
I mean, I guess maybe the people who were like, oh yeah, no, you can't be proud to be white.
I'm not saying you should be proud to be white. I'm just saying, like, your arguments are shit.
Yeah, who shamed you into this position, sir?
But I don't think like, oh, I'm black, therefore I'm proud because I am black. I agree that's actually kind of asinine, right? It's like, okay, well, whatever, you know. It doesn't really hold much meaning, but the arguments that he's making are just atrocious.
Stay away from that.
Sure, I'm not proud of like what my culture's done, but at the same time, like I would
telephone, like medicine, like paracetamol. I mean, I think we can be proud of paracetamol. That seems like an unalloyed good. Or like, what's the pain relief during operations and stuff? You know, what's it called? Fucking. No. But the general notion of
anesthetics.
That's it. Anesthetics. That's incredible, man. That's an incredible gift to the human race. Like, yeah, I've had 2 wisdom teeth taken out, man. I can't even imagine the amount of pain I would have been in without anesthetics. Like, good God. Like, don't even... No. Whoever... Dude who invented those, man, we put up a fucking statue of him. That's what we should do.
Eradicating most major diseases that used to claim millions of people.
Oh, God, yeah. Smallpox, man.
Or even just... Is there a... okay, you can kind of see... Okay. This woman here, for example, is a living example of something we can be proud of. Massive surpluses of food.
Yeah, the end of starvation.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
The eradication of access to food being a problem. I mean, even our proud white supremacist here has benefited from this.
The end of famine, you know?
All right. There's many things we can be proud of, but we are not allowed. And that, at the end of the day, is the thing. Like, we have gotten so good at this that we've actually managed to gaslight ourselves into believing our own anti-propaganda. Which is, again, like the AFD's campaign is so brilliant because they just like Germany, but normal.
Yeah, that's great. Germany, but normal. I mean, like, and as someone who lived in Germany for 8 years, I'm telling you, man, that's exactly what they need. That is just exactly what they need. Just be fucking normal. And the Germans start sweating. Like, I do not know how to be normal.
Literally, just unclench.
Yeah, that's literally it. You can feel like somewhere in the back of their minds, they've got like Prussian marching songs going.
Yep.
And it's a perennial feature of the German mind, I'm telling you, man. And they don't know what to do about it. It's like, look, just let the Bavarian out. You know, let him have a nice sing song and get some beers, get some bratwursts on, and it's all right. You don't have to be stressed.
Well, like, exactly what you say there is just it, though. It's like the entire German populace is the Hulk or something, constantly repressing the need to start goose stepping.
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't think that's what they're going to do. I'm sure that's not twice in 100 years. I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're going to relax. Just, dear German, you've done enough work for today. Go home and play Farming Simulator or something. Go work in the Office Simulator at home now.
Yes, like seriously, stop trying to take over the world. Just cease.
Just for 5 minutes. It's okay.
Just calm the fuck down.
Everything will be fine.
And
we say this with love. We like our German friends,
Yep, just unpucker. It's okay.
Yeah. No one doubts German accomplishments. They're actually part of the problem,
Yep. They are part of the problem, exactly. Oh, boy. All right, that's a little bit too much happiness. Let's get depressed again.
Oh, God.
So, are you ready for gay black James Bond?
Oh, am I ever? So, what's happening here? Why is James Bond going to be a gay black trans woman?
So, James Bond hasn't been doing any movies lately because Amazon and the people who own James Bond haven't been able to agree on how to do them. Because they basically, they agree that he should be progressive, but they can't agree on how progressive.
Obviously, James Bond's woke.
Obviously. But the actual owner, the person who's produced it, has the right to produce it, has finally thrown in the towel and has decided to go off to spend his time on art and charity work.
Right. Okay.
Which I read as Amazon cut him a fucking stinking big fat check.
Yeah. I mean, I probably would have done the same, to be honest. Yeah, James Bond's a dinosaur in this day and age. Time to let it go.
But it's so sad. James Bond, it was an action hero that survived, what, 50, 60 years?
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying it's not a tragic death of a cultural icon. But, this is where we are. Everything's dying.
Let's see. James Bond created in 1953.
Yeah.
My God, this character has had the wherewithal, to withstand, a dozen different actors?
Oh, yeah.
Tens
James
of
Bond
movies?
is genuinely like a British icon, you know what I mean? It's a classic and beloved character. Well, these things all die.
But James Bond can survive evil organizations, trips to the moons, orbital lasers.
Service
But not
guaranteed
woke.
citizenship.
Not woke. The one thing James Bond cannot survive was the woke.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, like I said, I'm basically an accelerationist at this point. No, if something can't resist woke infiltration, let it die. Just let it's gone. It's gone, bro. It's gone. Let it go. Let them fuck it up, and then go. Yep, no. That's just another thing on the list. It's another thing on the list. It's another, we're stealing your country, we're stealing your culture. Yeah, we know. Trust us, we know, and we're going to remember it.
Although, okay, one bit of niceness though. There's this trailer which basically looks like Avatar: The Last Airbender, but black in essence.
Right. Yeah.
And
okay,
this is kind of what I've been wanting. This is a TV series that has new characters, African characters based on African folklore.
Awesome.
They're not stealing anybody else's shit and they're making their own. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Fucking
that's great.
long last.
What's wrong with that? There's nothing to complain about at all. It could be cool.
Exactly. Now, she's got weird powers like the unnatural, the natural, and the supernatural. I feel like you just said that twice, but details.
Sure, whatever.
But this is actually a good thing. Okay, so somebody out there is finally like, okay, I'm going to stop stealing everybody else's shit. I'm going to try and make something of my own. Thank you.
That's all anybody ever wanted.
It is. It's so simple. This is
And
there you
there's
go.
nothing wrong with it at all. This looks perfectly interesting.
Yeah.
Looks great. I'm glad it exists.
Yeah, like there is the hint that at least something new and creative might be beginning that isn't just more fucking theft.
Yeah. Can we have Doctor Who back now?
No.
You know who should play the new Doctor Who?
Oh.
Lawrence Fox.
Lawrence Fox. Let's see. Oh, that guy, yeah.
Yeah. Cancelled actor. But he's got the right sort of body shape for it. He's like tall and slim. You know, 'cause Doctor Who's always like tall and slim. He got the right body shape. He's, you know, a really good lad, good patriot. I think, you know, that would be, it's exactly what he should be doing with his career, you know, is playing people like Doctor Who as he's getting a bit, like he's in his 40s now, so he's getting on in life, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, who should be playing James Bond? Well, obviously Henry Cavill. Obviously, duh.
Yeah, Cavill would be fantastic as James Bond.
Can you even imagine anyone else being half as good?
Nope, he looks perfect for it. He'll be brilliant.
He looks perfect for it. He sounds perfect for it. He is British. Like, you know, like, come on, why would you choose anyone else? It's like, well, because Henry Cavill is a white man.
And because he's made himself deeply unpopular by, you know, wanting characters to be true to their originals.
Yeah, by wanting to make good things. Yes, yes. Yeah, unpopular in Hollywood.
Very unpopular.
For some reason. Yeah, for some bizarre reason.
But what was the so the guy Nukuti Gatwa, classic British name as always, of course.
Yeah.
Is supposedly out. Like he has himself said that he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Oh yeah, why? Why is that? Well, you were so proud. You probably don't remember, but I remember when he took over and he was like, "Yeah, see, bigots. Doctor Who can be black." And then everyone was like, "Okay, we won't watch."
Yeah. As now the BBC is claiming that they're not cancelling the show, however.
Oh yeah.
Which is okay. So, I think this would then be the shortest run of Doctor Who. Or of a Doctor ever, I think.
But that's because literally no one watched it.
Yes.
Like, what were the ratings? They were probably unbelievable.
They were abysmal, especially considering this was the widest release of Doctor Who ever as well. Like on Disney Plus, worldwide audience.
No, yeah. And no one wanted to watch it. Oh, no.
Never reached more people and never did fewer of them watch.
Yeah. Look at all those impressions. Yes, impressions.
Exactly. We showed the ad of the Doctor Who season to a lot of people.
Yeah, and how many clicked? Well,
none of them clicked on it, but hey.
Yeah.
We showed them.
Yeah. That was our job, all right?
I think this too is one of those where, just like James Bond, there's the potential here. If James Bond came back with Henry Cavill and it's just literally a 70s spy adventure, just a big, handsome man hitting on women, pulling out cool-ass gadgets and running from bullets, it would resurrect the franchise almost overnight.
Oh, yeah.
Doctor Who could do the same, but I don't think there is the will or the capabilities to do it.
Nope.
Like, just from the very basic, who would you get to write that? Oh, straight, white, cool action hero. All right.
I mean, yeah.
Hit up the Hollywood writers' room. What's your resume? Well, I've made empowering queer trans people of color.
Yeah, that's literally all they're going to be able to say too.
Yep.
Like, I mean, God, yeah. Like, I was speaking to someone about this the other night. It's like, you know, they're like, oh yeah, well, you know, who would you get to, direct a film or something? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, there must be good directors out there. I just can't think of any. And even the old classic directors have become shit. So, like, you know, I don't want Ridley Scott directing anymore. And I love Ridley Scott's films.
Yeah.
I'm just stop it, Ridley. Go and retire.
I mean, Even as we saw with the Batman show, Caped Crusader, Bruce Timm, the original creator, came back to try and make it again, and it's shit. It's woke as hell. He even ruins his own character, Harley Quinn.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I've heard.
It's
just
not good.
I just don't know why they have to be so destructive. Well, I do know why, but I'm just tired. I'm just tired, Arch. I just want them to stop.
It is pathological at this point. It is a genuine hatred of their own creations.
Yeah.
And it can be seen so well in, like, particularly within, like, comic books and the massive decline they've had where they just, they hate what they made. There's no other explanation for it.
Yeah. It's in anything and everything. It's whatever it is. The thing gets taken over, it gets made woke, and then they just hate it. It's genuine, and it's hate, loathing for what they have to deal with.
Okay, so here, I'll show you this wonderful screen grab. This is this is Harley Quinn today.
God, it's just embarrassing.
Isn't it just embarrassing, though? That is the word, embarrassing.
Yeah. It's just embarrassing. What are you doing?
Like,
why are you
the
doing
fuck?
This? Yeah.
Like, okay, here we have another one of Harley Quinn wearing a blanket as a cape.
Why does she look like a fucking idiot?
Who even know? Like, the art style is
atrocious.
There's a helicopter that looks like it's flying upside down over there.
Yeah. Why does it look shit? Like, ironically, serious question.
Yeah, no, actually, why does it just look bad? Like, it looks like a webcomic drawn by, like, a teenager.
Yeah. But even then, I would expect them to do better.
And okay. Brace yourself. This is an official DC comic book.
Well, I think the important thing to remember about all of this is that this is a show of pure narcissism, right? They are just indulging their fetishes at your expense. That's what the point of all of this is. That's why they do this.
Yep. There was somebody out there who was jerking themselves off to this, and you are the wicked victim.
Yeah. They want you to be complicit in their fetish.
Yeah, because that'll make it acceptable. Like, oh, hey, if I can show this shit to, like, thousands of people, it'll be okay.
Yes, it'll normalize it. And it'll bring other people on board.
Yeah, it'll make it all okay if I can just spread this to enough people.
Yeah, that's literally the plan. That's literally what they think.
And we are all just going to have to be the fucking victims of that, apparently.
Yeah. You're going to be complicit in their fetish.
And this is, of course, again, entirely for political reasons, because this is, here we have the swastika of tolerance.
Oh, yeah.
And hey,
that's
even
good.
the art style's at least better here, so that's something, I guess.
Yeah.
Service
Oh,
guarantees citizenship.
It's like on the entire topic of all of this, like James Bond and everything, it's like the legacy of these things. Like, you've got original Green Lantern there from, like, Second World War, and it's difficult to understand how somebody could shit all over something that is probably older than they are with such relish.
Glee. Genuine glee in the destruction. But again, remember, what they're doing is essentially sort of eradicating a form of, like, white supremacy or something.
Yeah.
You know, they genuinely view themselves as doing something good.
Yep. That which came before was just evil, and they've got to destroy it.
Yeah.
For the greater good of progressivism.
Yeah. Oh, it really is. They really are that evil.
Let me do a few of the super chats. Already got a little bit behind as usual. Steel Manning. Comics look like trash because they are paying artists nothing. The only people who work for that wage are ideologues, which is what they want.
True.
I mean,
good point.
Yeah. Old comic style, fucking gorgeous. and new comic book style. What even?
I suppose the best thing you can say about the new style is it does have a kind of character. It's just the character is ugly and annoying.
It certainly does have character. You have the guy who drew a laughing face on his double chin.
Okay. Yeah, that's something.
It certainly has character.
Yeah, that's definitely something. I don't know whether it's a good thing, but...
DRT is king. To right, you get John Milas. Milas, he's alive, but cannot direct after his stroke in the 2000s. He can still write and would do a fantastic job.
Who's he, sorry?
John Milas.
What's he done?
Don't know. I don't dick all about directors.
Right, okay. Well, neither do I.
Matthew Hammond, Jonathan, and Christopher Nolan make a 3 Bond movie series with Henry Cavill. It would be amazing. You could also do a old Bond with Pierce Brosnan.
Oh yeah, yeah. They get them written and knocked out quite quickly. You know.
Yep.
Cavill's not getting any younger. You know, he's like, crack on.
Steel Manning, Trump's Avengers are assembled. Hype train is here.
Well, I mean that's good. Yeah, that's the one of the few good things that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, the first time he got into the White House, he was under the mistaken impression that he could somehow negotiate with these people.
Yeah.
Second time around, not so much.
Oh yeah, it's vengeance now.
Yep.
You sowed the wind, you're reaping the whirlwind now, lads. So no mercy, no sympathy.
You gambled that he would never get back. You lost.
Yep.
Garm, 1988 on Rumble. Trump and Vance prove you can be a normal guy with big dick Teddy Roosevelt energy and be massively popular. It amazes me how emasculated the modern political class is.
Totally true.
Well, it's because, I mean, we had this lovely tradition, honestly, of gentleman politics, where everyone would behave, we would all respect each other. It was great for so many years. It worked. But the problem with a gentleman's agreement is that when somebody who isn't a gentleman comes in the room, all of it falls to pieces.
Yeah. They ruined it. Well, okay, well, it's gone. Carry on.
Jesus is here, look busy. Hi, chaps. Have you played any of the new content that's been added Starship Troopers 10 in Command? New units and game mode. It's pretty great. I have not yet.
No, I've been really busy. So.
The Last Russian. Why does Carl sound different and nasal? Get well.
Nasal? I'm not ill. I just was smoking lots of cigars last night. So my throat is just... it's not sore, but like I always get a much deeper register after I smoke cigars.
Maranga 2, the Emil Perez movie is even more bizarre than what it first appeared. The protag's actor has based tweets on a certain ideology.
Oh.
Frog Jupiter. I remember the 9th grade, I concluded that 2 + 2 = 5, using leftist redefinition of the words for 5 and 4. Literally 4 years later, they start arguing 2 + 2 = 5.
Amazing.
Bald Eagle, his first super chat. Thank you very much, sir. Coach was a piece of human garbage who moved to another country as an immigrant, then rallied against the host country.
Yeah, he is. He was. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. Like, it's a very strange, but not unfitting end. Frankly, he was a genuinely bad person. I remember having like DM conversations with him, and then he leaked all these DM conversations, like as if he was going to like, aha, I've got him. But the thing is, everyone was like, well, you're being a duplicitous piece of shit in the DMs.
Yeah.
and I was just being completely normal, obviously, and everyone was like, no, this makes you look bad, dummy.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Baranga 2, Sargon, have you tried Sussex pond pudding?
I have not.
Sussex pond pudding.
Or ought I? I've never heard of such a thing.
Frog Jupiter, Sargon, since you're more conservative now, would you say you're still pro-civil rights, or are you anti-civil rights in favor of right of association?
Um, I'm not for positive rights, really. So yeah, I'm against the Civil Rights Bill, Civil Rights Act.
Corona Sol. I call it the destiny effect. These people can't conceive of a world where people can know what they know but arrive at a different conclusion. Marxism and narcissism just seem to go together.
Yeah, well, I mean, it all follows logically from their premises, and their premises are nonsense. So they're trapped in a world of bullshit.
Well, there's the indoctrination thing as well. Like, which is why the blonde woman earlier is so funny. Like, I'm just cleverer than you. No, you've been read a manual too. Like, somebody has read you the manual, and you've accepted what says in the manual. 2 + 2 = 5.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. She's acting like these are thoughts of her own. It's like, you didn't come up with any of this.
Boguslava Zelensky is not European.
Ignorant slut.
That's true.
Yeah.
Although these days, the definition of Europe includes Turkey and Russia.
Yeah.
For some reason. The eccentric Ripper. We managed to have an election during the Civil War. We didn't ban the opposition party either.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, it's not that Zelensky has done nothing wrong either, you know, just to be clear. I'm not, like I said, I don't like him and I'm not defending him.
Jesse Dinks, I've been doing research for a fantasy game and implementing an Anglo-Saxon style of peerage as opposed to the norms for a changed pace, and been finding out just how much the French destroy the language and create a huge class divide. Grim stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, honestly, it's kind of like a race divide, really. Like the Saxons are the working class and the Normans are the aristocrats. And it's always been that way. Ever since 1066.
Beardmaster, this girl, we investigated ourselves and discovered we were better than you are.
What a weird coincidence.
Frog Jupiter, I remember the Warren Court used the 14th Amendment to destroy the bicameral legislature of the states and forced both houses to have representatives based on populations.
I think it's bicameral.
Bicameral. That might be it, yes.
Yeah. They probably did. I don't know. That's all, man. I'm exhausted. It's been a long week.
Service guarantees citizenship.
The Donut 25, my favorite saying about college. Some ideas are so stupid they could only have come from a college graduate. That's true. Axiom Seraph, ethnic groups who left Africa were transformed by the reality of winter. Those who didn't learn to long-term plan died. The survivors made civilizations.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I tell you, there's something to cold weather theory, because, if you can't cooperate up here, you just kind of die.
It's not even cooperate, it's also forward planning, right? Like, you absolutely have to have a plan for this winter. You better have a fucking plan.
But that too necessitates cooperation when you go beyond the familial unit.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have a village of 3 families and only 2 families working. Like, those 2 families then need to get together and beat the shit out of the 3rd family and steal their stuff.
Yeah. Completely correct.
Frog Jupiter, have you heard about Daniel Green? He's a woke booktuber who got falsely accused of male feminism, sexual assault. The rest is light bring a review fund.
Falsely accused of male feminism. That's funny. No, I haven't heard of him.
Me neither, honestly. Trevor Noah, Ariana Grande isn't just fit, she's Ausch fit.
We were not being edgy, Art.
Walking corpse, we let the communists take over the institutions. Yes.
I don't know. Yes, but also the liberals are also in the institutions and they just consent to everything the communists do. So there's a kind of like, the problem is a lot deeper than you think.
Well, it's the root of liberalism. When you rest everything on the Care Harm Foundation, in essence, you don't have any opposition to the political party who is willing to say, oh yeah, no, I care a lot until I'm in power.
Yeah.
And then you sit there facing the firing squad, and literally, like the meme goes, but I thought we would be liberal.
Yeah, that's all true.
So John's been a member for 26 months. Thank you very much, sir. Why did Millie do a shitcoin rug pull? He's fucked up his reputation, possibly beyond repair.
Yeah, what is the deal? Why would he fucking do that?
Millie. What happened now?
Apparently, I only heard about it. I haven't looked into it. But apparently he did a shitcoin and looted loads of people. And it's like, what? Why?
Crypto worth 90 million withdrawn from Millie-backed Libra token. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, Libra. Yeah, the Libra token. It ruined a bunch of people.
Yeah, but why?
I don't fucking know.
Like, why would you do that, Millie? It's such a weird, thing to do.
Yeah, I haven't looked into this. We've Conclave's key event that a 286 million crypto catastrophe.
But yeah, why would you fucking torch your reputation like that? Like I said, I don't actually know what's happened, so I can't comment.
Wiping out 4.4 billion in investor funds. Jesus.
Yeah, I've just seen people talking about it, and it's like, oh god, and if people are talking about you having done this, that's your reputation torched.
Yeah, because I saw one of these TikTok influencer tards who'd apparently put all of his money into this and was now literally broke afterwards.
Oh well, there's a lesson in that.
There's a lesson in that, yes. You can be both young, incredibly successful, and still dumb.
Yeah, in fact, we see a lot of that going around.
Huh. I might need to have a little bit of a look into that, yeah, because that does seem really weird.
Yeah, I mean, why would he do it? He's the president of Argentina. Does he need to do that? Like, you'd think he'd just be like, no, obviously I'm not going to do that. And he's an economist as well, so it's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. Very weird, isn't it?
It's not a rug. It's a plan called miserably wrong with 100 million sitting in an account that I am the custodian of.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't take it, but I have the money.
Yeah, and I'm just the only person who has access to it. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
That's fucking tragic. What can I say?
Okay. Don't know how I'm supposed to interpret that other than...
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, but it sounds sus.
This wasn't a rug pull. I just have all of your money. Calm down.
It's how it happens sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, I guess this is just normal for South America.
Also, I was gonna look at this a little bit. So the USAID thing has hit Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah. What? What?
Well, hit him as in he's talking about it.
Oh right, I was gonna say he didn't lose money, did he?
Oh, I don't know. Hope not.
Why would Joe Rogan be getting USAID money? He got 200 million from Spotify.
Yeah, he seems safe against it.
Do you know what's weird though? So Joe Rogan runs adverts on his show, and I'm like, how do you need adverts on your fucking show? Like, he'll do sponsored ads during the ad read during the show. It's like, what do you need that? Do you? I don't understand why.
Who knows? Oh, they could never have too much money, I guess.
I suppose not. Yeah.
Although
well, someone who doesn't have too much money, I guess I don't know what I'm talking about there, but
on the tangential topic of the ad block front, did you see that Chrome was removing uBlock?
I didn't see that.
So uBlock was one of the most popular and effective ad blockers out there.
Well,
and Chrome's been going to war with ad blockers for a while now. So they find that this uBlock it doesn't follow the best practices for Chrome extensions.
To be fair, right? And I know this is going to be an unpopular position, but I can understand why they're doing it.
Oh, I know. I understand why they're doing it.
But so they're like, look, our business model is funded by ads. So if you block ads, then we're fucked. And so I can, like I said, I'm not a fan or anything. I mean, do you know, I actually pay for YouTube Premium just to get away from the ads.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
that's
I
my thing.
use YouTube all the time.
Like,
May
my
as well.
argument here is very simple. Like, okay, fair enough, you know, you need to have your ads. I get you. You're the biggest ad company in the world, basically. But
Yeah.
you have better alternatives. YouTube Premium is a superior alternative. It gives creators more. It gets rid of the ads. Everybody's happy. Push that. Add more incentives to the premium package. Make the premium more appealing. Like, same with Superchat. Superchat earns them ridiculous amounts of money, and they still charge like a 30% premium on it. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder how much of this is we need to survive and how much of it is just good old-fashioned greed.
A bit of column A, a bit of column B.
There's also the adverts themselves. Like, adverts come in now at like 2-3 minutes. Like, I'm not sitting through a 3-minute advert.
Yeah. Yeah, I would rather pay the 13 quid or whatever it is a month.
Yep. Like, YouTube Premium is just what they need to push for, but they need to make it worth it, good, and effective, instead of basically holding it hostage by threatening you with ads. Because it feels like the ads right now are more of a threat than we need them to earn money.
Oh, such a fucking nightmare. I'm so tired of them.
But anywho, so Joe Rogan, this is a 14-minute clip, so we're not going to get through this today, but
Sure.
the thrust of it is, like, he's been on the USAID thing, like, looking into it, and he's had various guests on telling him about the sheer amount of shit that was in there.
Yeah.
And he is just, like, shocked. Like, he cannot understand how much money is being flushed down the toilet by this. And, like, how many things this is propping up, too.
Yep.
There's, I mean, right now, there were rumors going around that Fort Knox is getting audited.
Oh, yeah, well, I've heard, like you said, Trump said it. He said, we're going to go in and find out what's going on with the gold. I'm like, dude, you're going to get yourself fucking shot.
Fire is the answer.
Yeah. Because I think I read somewhere that Fort Knox hasn't been audited since, like, 1960 or something.
Yeah, it's going to be, like, what they're going to find is it's just obviously not going to tally. You know, there's going to be some gold there, I'm sure, but, like, I bet, like, huge amounts of it is basically just going to be missing. And everyone's like, all right, well, where's that? I don't know, there's no paper trail. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, okay, so last audit was in 1974, so a while ago.
I mean, that should obviously just be illegal. Like, it doesn't, you don't need to debate it, right? Obviously, it should just be audited every fucking year.
Yeah, it's your fucking country's gold reserve.
Yeah. Like, and the thing is as well, there is just no argument to not.
No, like...
anyone who says we shouldn't do that is like, right, you've stolen some.
Yeah, you say every year. I say there should be a motherfucker counting the bars every day before bed.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely.
It's 147 million ounces of gold.
God, that is unbelievable, isn't it?
Like, holy shit.
And we haven't audited it in any of our lifetimes. So,
yeah.
Oh, really?
And we haven't checked it in the last, like, 50 years.
Yeah, incredible. Just incredible. Like, you know, someone's making out like a bandit here and it ain't fucking you.
Yeah, it literally means that for the last 50 years, somebody could have just been pocketed a gold bar on occasion and just wandered out the fucking door.
It means they have been.
And nobody would know.
It means they have been. Right? If you didn't want it audited, you've been stealing.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the
answer.
answer.
If you're against transparency, you're stealing.
Yeah, because everyone's been so upset about this. Like, you can't audit the IRS. Hold on.
Why?
Why not?
Why the fuck? There's just no argument. It's, I'm stealing from you, therefore I don't want you to look.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of illicit money from these sources. Please don't.
Yeah. So we're stealing from you. Oh, okay, got you. When you say I don't want you to do it, that means you're stealing from me.
And okay, this will be very interesting to see, because obviously all the gold is there. Any news center wants to come visit can arrange a visit through our office. They're all claiming it's all good, right?
Well, then there's no problem.
Yeah, no problem. But this needs to be checked up on the fact that it hasn't been checked up on in 50 plus years. Like, who decided that?
Thieves.
Simple as.
No. Yeah, there is absolutely no reason to assume good faith on anyone's part in this. It's just that I would never, if it was my kids, I'd be like, no, I'm looking, and if you don't want me to look, it's because you're hiding something.
Yep.
So that is the exact correct response and attitude to have towards these people. They're fucking hiding something.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's just the stuff they've found already is the stuff of memes. And 47,000 for transgender opera in Colombia.
Yeah.
I mean, 47,000, I guess, on the scale of the budget of the US is chump change, but why for a transgender opera?
Because fuck you.
Yep.
So I can't think of any other reason.
6 million to fund tourism in Egypt.
Egypt needs help funding tourism. What the fuck is going on? If Egypt can't fund its own tourism with the fucking pyramids, you've got the fucking pyramids, bro. How do you need help?
There was even the Norway was receiving like $150 million.
Are we not getting any of this money?
I mean, the BBC got some.
Oh, well, there we go. Brilliant.
Something.
Gay. God damn it.
Something, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Fucking something. Oh, yeah, no, your enemy's got some. Oh, brilliant.
And Joe Rogan is going to go ballistic on this because every time he talks about this and talks with an expert, he looks like he can't believe what he's hearing.
He can't, absolutely. And the thing, it sounds like there's one of the left's primary strategies is to do something so fucking ridiculous that the person who alleges it sounds like a lunatic.
Yeah.
And so it's just unbelievable. The person hearing it is like, I don't really think that's true, is it? And the other person has got to suddenly get defensive and like, no, it really is. Because it really is. It's just no one would ever do this.
Yeah. And it's also all the things they prop up, because a lot of this money goes to basically paying the wages of activists.
Yeah.
These activists then, of course, spread the taint yet further, which causes even more money to be allotted to their nonsense. And so you have this constantly bloating, constantly spiraling budget that just feeds back into itself, into activist pockets.
Yeah. No. It's how they're, how the left exists, really.
Yeah, by laundering your money via the state.
Yeah.
This sounds kind of retarded, but no, that's pretty much what's happening.
Yep.
I think they put the Doge clock on the US debt clock.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, where they're figuring out, like, how much money has been saved. There we go, 55 billion so far.
That's been, 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks or something. It has not been long.
No, it's been very, very quick. It's the will. It's just the will.
And like $55 billion. So that means that already there has been $55 billion worth of waste cut. $55 billion. It's such an absurd amount of money.
Mm.
Now, they've got a way to go for the $2 trillion goal, but still. At least they seem to have been given the access they need, or, well, even better, they got the access they need through an Obama agency.
I was going to say, given is not quite the right word, is it? It's they forced. Like, you can tell that there was a lot of institutional resistance, but they just kind of thought, like, the freaking out of they're sending in teenagers to fire us. And I'm just like, yeah, I hope they do it on a live stream.
Yeah, because they actually did the really clever thing of taking an Obama initiative, which were already legal, already funded, already approved and everything, and they just gutted it, moved in their own people, and it turns out this Obama initiative has the power to go in and look at literally everything.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't have set it up. I mean, this does give a bit of credence to the libertarian argument. It's like, well, what do you want your enemies to have access to that? Well, you should have thought about that because now your enemies have access to it. Pricks.
Yeah, like you remember in like the Batman movie where he invents Brother Eye, the thing that can look into and monitor everything.
I don't watch this stuff. I'm sure it's good though.
Because the point there was that, oh no, this is too much power. You can't have this. This is incredibly immoral. It's like, oh, that's existed for decades now. The government has that.
And now Trump has that.
Yes. Obama made Brother Eye and instituted it, and then kind of forgot about it, that the sheer amount of power and capacity that thing has, and it's just like, it's just one of countless government excesses. And then, Elon comes in, hires like 6 Uber autists to sit in front of their computers and just monitor the government.
Yeah, Dan on Load Seasons went through it. He was saying that they've got like essentially crack teams of 4 guys who do, each one does a different thing. And they work really closely together and they just get in and fuck things up. And it's like, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's just great.
It's great. And again, it shows you what can be done, though. Like, just a handful of dudes have cut $55 billion. Like, God.
Yeah, I know.
Why is government as large as it is? If 4 people can do this, why does Congress employ, like, what was it? I looked this up. Like, how many, like, the US government is like several percent of the entire American population.
Yeah, possibly it's hard to tell, right? If it's like what is the U.S. government, what counts as it, and depending how you define it, but I mean that's a huge number of people, isn't it?
Let's see. The federal government employs 2% of the entire civilian workforce.
God damn it.
And that's just the federal government. That's not state governments, mind you. It's not cities or anything. It's just the federal government.
Yeah, that is mad.
Let's see. 3 million paper pushers. Fucking hell.
Got a lot of bureaucracy to get through, Arch.
Yep.
I don't understand.
I mean, we look at the EU and shiver. Like, America maybe should do the same.
Yeah. Honestly, I hate bureaucracy more than anything. Genuinely loathe.
3 million people are employed to audit your taxes, Jet. Oh my Jesus. All of which are, of course, getting a salary, obviously.
I mean, obviously. And generous salaries as well, remember. Government salaries and pensions are not cheap. I mean, you saw the mine shaft thing, right?
The limestone cave?
Yeah. Where it's like, for some reason, this has been done this way since like 1972. And, it's deep underground now, and no one can change it for some reason. And so only 10,000 people a year or something like that can retire. And it's like, oh, great. just great. It's just also great. I'm so glad to hear all of these things. That's just the worst things ever.
Yeah.
It's also good.
I looked a little bit into this. There's a limestone mine. No shit. There's an actual fucking mine shaft.
But just as a quick thing, I saw Elon explaining this, stood next to Trump. And again, it just sounded fucking preposterous.
Yes.
It just sounded ridiculous. It's like, that's obviously not true, Elon.
Yeah. And he explained this. So we're saying, well, okay, well, if it's people can retire, with full benefits, everything, that would be good. If we can get people out of the government, they can retire, get the retirement payments, everything. And then we're told, this is actually, I think, a great anecdote, because we're told the most number of people that could retire possibly in a month is 10,000. We're like, well, wait, why is that? This is from an Elon Musk speech. Well, because all the retirement paperwork is manual on paper. It is manually calculated. They're written down on a piece of paper, then it goes down to a mine. Like, what do you mean a mine? Like, yeah, there's a limestone mine. We store all the retirement paperwork, and you look at a picture, and there it is, the fucking limestone mine storing the retirement paperwork.
Amazing. It's comical.
And the only reason this is done is because they didn't want to fire people. Like, there's got to be dozens, probably hundreds of jobs right here doing this, just maintenance alone.
Yeah. It's an industry in itself,
Yeah. And nobody wanted to cut that cost, because then they'll have to cut my cousin Billy, who works in sweeping the floor of the limestone bureaucracy mines.
That's literally that's a great phrase. The bureaucracy mines. God.
Where they just store all of this. And imagine, okay, so all of the retirement paperwork for the entirety of the United States from 1955, how many metric tons of paper must this be?
How necessary is it to keep as well? Like, do we need the retirement notes of someone who retired in 1955? Is that really necessary?
Fuck, shove it on an SSD somewhere, something.
Yeah. Mental.
It's absolutely unironically mental.
Yeah.
And also, I found total number of government employees.
Oh yeah, go on.
So federal, 3%. State and local, 19.58%.
Jesus. So it's literally about 7% of the US.
Mm-hmm. It's an enormous number.
Government. Christ.
Who just work for the government.
I think the proper official name is the parasite class, Arch. Thank you very much.
Yep. 19.58 million people working for state and local government in the United States.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, yeah. There you go, America.
Just the reign of bureaucrats.
And again, when you think about how many of these jobs are probably equally ridiculous to this.
And no, when you think about how many of these jobs could just be fucking automated now.
Oh, God.
Right?
I mean,
like all this paperwork could just be automated.
Oh, yeah. Like, fuck. Okay. You want to retire, right? Okay. Have the government draw up an email and shoots you the email going like, hey, we want to cut some costs. Would you like to take this settlement package? Literally, like, click yes, click no.
Yeah.
Fucking done.
Yeah.
All of it finished. But instead, this has to be written by a dude by hand. It has to be filed in the limestone mines of the Iron Mountain. Fuck.
It is so preposterous, man.
Like, it sounds like a Tolkien-esque spell process.
The answer.
Yeah.
Like, we have to go deep into the bowels of Iron Mountain to fill out Form 72B. Only then can I release you from your bondage, sir.
Yeah. Until exactly. I can't release you from your service until then. God. Fucking hell, man.
We must receive the copy in triplicates. Insane.
Again, you couldn't make it up. You know?
Couldn't.
If you made it up for a story, it'd be like, no, that sounds stupid. That couldn't be true. Why would they have it in a limestone mine?
Yeah.
Why would they have that? And you're like, well, look, I can't really explain, but that's what it does. Like, no, it doesn't. That's dumb. Nothing does that.
Because one of my chatters sent this to me weeks ago, and I was like, "You're kidding? There's no way that isn't real." I was like, "Yep, that's it's real."
I'm afraid that's totally real, and that's the way that things work.
And again, if this is what they found after like 3 weeks, and again, after 3 weeks, they haven't gone through a percentage of the government.
Oh yeah. This is going to be
Fire is the answer.
it's going to be going on forever.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. At the time the Fire and Hall was reporting on this a decade ago, there were 600 employees of the Office of Personnel Management that processed the retirement paperwork for the entire federal workforce in this facility that boasts 8 massive file caverns.
I'm going deep into the file caverns. I may be some time. Get the caving meme. Where's the caving meme with the guy stuck in the fucking rock? Him between two filing cabinets.
Like, this needs to be in Fallout. Can you imagine some
Yeah.
irradiated barbarian happens across the Iron Mountain, he goes inside, and he just finds millions of metric tons of paper with meaningless names and prints on it. Like,
why is this here?
That must be such a ridiculous... Like, surely the ancients must have had a purpose for this.
Oh, God.
Generations of barbarian scholars are just poring over endless volumes of this, trying to decipher the workings of the predecessors.
It's so stupid.
Oh. It's like the raising of the debt ceiling, which I think they're doing again now. It's just a ritual. It's the yearly raising of the debt ceiling.
Yeah, it's just a ritual. And no one cares. No one's going. Everyone knows it's in-game payback. Come on, everyone knows.
And the worst part is, now that it's been allowed to get to this point, even if they were to try to digitalize this, they would have to have thousands of people working for years to scan each and every one of these fucking pages.
Oh, Jesus. It'd be an army. You need an army of people doing it.
Yeah. Like, you would literally need thousands to... Oh, my God. Like, it's... The bureaucracy has reached the point where even trying to digitalize it might be a bigger task than simply maintaining it.
I have lost.
Mad.
Shit.
Absolutely mad.
And the most part is we would never know any of this whatsoever if Elon hadn't decided to become co-president.
Yeah. If Elon wasn't just autistic.
Although, we might have a solution to this problem of scanning the pages now.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You know, Westworld?
Oh, God, yeah. This is so horrible, man.
This is gonna end well.
This is so macabre. It's just gross.
This is going to work out very well.
I've created
indeed.
a weird twitching humanoid. Oh, good. Faceless, like literally something out of nightmares.
Yep. We intend to put this in every home in a few years.
Yeah, get a fucking shotgun, not on my fucking...
Oh.
No chance.
They even have the fucking Westworld logo.
Oh, God.
Like, okay, here's the thing. We humans are very good at anthropomorphizing things, and that can be a weakness. Like, we're gonna do the whole robot rights thing. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
But another thing is, I'm capable of looking at this and realizing that this thing is going to strangle me in my sleep.
And even if it doesn't, I'm going to constantly be worried about it. Like, even if it's actually really kind and well-programmed, blah, 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 it's still like, I'm not comfortable. Like, the thing is, like, there's no point trying to create a realistic human. We don't need that. We don't want that. We are realistic humans, right? What would be better is creating, like, a little, like, Wall-E-style creature, like little, tracked robot that's obviously not human, so we can find it cute and adorable and lovable.
Yeah, literally. They should be...
Like you say, we anthropomorphize them.
Yeah, they should be stylized, because our brains will do the rest. We will anthropomorphize them.
Yeah, but a stylized one, we will grow to like it. because of the style. This just makes people recoil in horror and think that the undead are walking the earth.
Yeah. Literally, it would be better if you, Okay, this is going to be a slightly cursed example. There's a whole scene surrounding this, but it would literally be better if you made it exaggerated features.
That is cursed.
That is cursed.
I think Wall-E is a better example.
Or there's a lot of furries, fursuit walking around your house.
Yeah, well, there won't be when I'm done.
That might actually be slightly worse. But exaggerated, anthropomorphized, so we can anthropomorphize it. Make it obviously non-human. It'll be a lot less scary. And not to mention as well, this is going to introduce so many problems in society. When we hit the point, and look at this shit. It's obviously not able to move properly now.
Yeah, but this is the first iteration of it.
Yeah. Give this another 10, 20 years...
Yeah.
And we could be walking down the streets and not having the faintest fucking clue if there's human beings around us or if this thing is laboring on next to us.
Oh, I really hate it.
It is going to do a serious number on human society. We're going to end up with, fucking, QR codes on our eyeballs or something that we can scan to identify each other. Oh, you're a human. Wow. I haven't seen one of you in a while.
We will end up with something like that, I think. I will prove I'm a bio creature. So, great.
You arrive at the cashier and you're like, okay, are you a human or are you a robot?
Yeah, don't fucking misgender me. I'm transhuman.
The proto-clone is a faceless, animatronically accurate synthetic human with 200 degrees of freedom, over 1,000 myofibers and 500 sensors. It's very impressive.
Look, I'm only going to accept it when it's 100 feet tall and weighs 50 tons and has an AC-20 in the shoulder. Okay, that's the only time. If you're going to turn them into battle mechs, fine. We don't need human-sized humans. We have those already. Let me just grab a drink quickly, Han.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
I don't know, chat. Would you invite the drone into your house? See, I don't need the poll anymore, because you didn't get 1,000 likes, so there will be no savvy on Sargon action. Shame on you, chat. Let me start a poll. Would you own a robot like this? Yes, no. Now, assuming that it works, assuming that it's functional, etc. I don't know. Personally, I think I'd be a little bit too much worried that it would just decide to kill me one day, honestly. Its dead, lifeless eyes boring into the back of my neck. Agrippa, hello, Arch. Are you still good with Mr. Macca from the Outer Circle? I hope so. Tabletop engineering, what a military nerd, would be a nice guest, and his vast tabletop experience might be useful for your secret project. Think about it. Oh yeah, I still talk to him on occasion. I know and respect Mr. Macca. Zidify Water, hello and welcome to the Eurocast. Now that we have the intro out of the way, Sargon, what's your opinion on the UK continually trying to enslave you? I'll ask him when he gets back. Frog Jupiter, in terms of the college grads affecting me, I was taught nutrition should be 70% grain, 20% vegetables, meat and saturated fat was bad. Turns out all that was shit. Yes, there we go. Evidence points to fatty red meat being the healthiest. Vegs have a defense, chems, and anti-nutrients, and the only thing they got right was sugar was bad. Color me shocked. Reverend Norse. Once more they meet upon the bridge, Saxon and Viking. Brandon for 20, thank you. Sargon, artist fetishes are getting out of hand. You raised well 7 at 5. I did not. That was Hooney. You need to save him. Savvy Fund. I only take likes for that. Golden Fleece Games, Crenshaw being there sounds like a red flag to me. Mark the Chairman, have you seen the Let IPs Burn?
Yeah, well, Crenshaw being there was a bit of a weird thing. Everyone was like, what the fuck is he doing here?
Strangeness. An infiltrator.
Well, I certainly don't trust him. But...
James Bursey. Childhood is Sargonian Anglo-philosophical constitutional monarchy. Adulthood is Archian Norwegian greater co-prosperity sphere.
Okay. Why not?
Listen, England would be far better off under the Norwegian wing.
I mean, honestly, how's that not true? Like, you've handled things better than we've handled them.
Yep, and you could teach us about the stabbings in your capital. That should scare us straight.
Fucking hell. Like, yeah, I mean, I know. Unironically, you have handled them better than we have. Our governments have just been flat-out traitors, though, to be honest.
But it's largely because we still have a lot of grumpy people.
Oh, we've got loads of fucking grumpy people.
Yeah, but ours are more cantankerous, because they'll listen to the young people going like, oh, we need liberty, we need to be nice to the immigrants, and Grandpa will muffle around like, yeah, sure. But the moment too many of them show up, they're all going to rise up as one and be like, no, I don't like people from outside my state.
Well, that's people are like that here.
They need to be louder about it.
Yeah.
Alex Roberts, I would be King Richard's top guy.
Well, you know.
Talatine, Arch, have you heard that the two women who fucked a lot of guys are both pregnant? I feel sorry for the children if it's true.
Oh, that is terrible.
Oh yeah, the women who did like 100 men and 1,000 men stuff, pregnant now.
I hate it. Stop. Like the world is an attention economy, right? Online is an attention economy. Stop giving these women attention. It's the only solution.
I wonder, have we ever actually tried what would happen if we pump a woman full of the sperm of 1,000 guys?
Why would we want to?
I know, but I'm just curious. What would happen to the child?
Well, only one sperm fertilizes the egg, so...
Okay. So there's a hard limit there, no matter how many gallons we...
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I was thinking she'd pop up some kind of true abomination. That's good to know. I've never looked into what would happen if we just pumped gallons of semen into your average female.
Good.
It never came up in my day-to-day.
Weird. But okay. Can't believe you've never thought about that, Arch.
Robotics 623, hello! It's always nice to see the Norwegian and the piggy bank talk. And the piggy bank is If anything, I'm the piggy bank in this relationship.
What?
On the topics of the wicked lady, why is it that so many women have nose rings? A deep-seated urge to be dominated and treated like cattle?
Daddy issues.
There you go. That's just another way of saying what I just said.
The answer to almost any question. At this point, frankly.
Amalgamite, speaking of daddy issues. In typical women's fashion, I am late. Looks like I'll have to watch the WOD. I just want to stop by to pay my monthly fee for your silence. And let you both know that I'm very excited to listen to this one as I used to be obese with Doctor Who. Obsessed with Doctor Who.
Obsessed.
Okay, there we go.
That makes more sense. Well, we didn't really cover it that much, to be honest, did we?
Well, what is there to cover? It's dead.
Yeah, it's dead and they killed it on purpose.
Yeah, the Black Doctor forced its head under the water and then held it there till the bubbles stopped.
Yeah, and it was totally deliberate. Like, there's nothing to say. It was just an out-and-out murder.
Yeah, and the public is now so thoroughly just desensitized to this that they just watched it drown like, oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Man, my wife has been a huge Doctor Who fan her whole life, right? She fucking loves Doctor Who. She hates everything. As soon as it became a woman, she hated it. As soon as Doctor Who was a woman, she was like, no, it's shit now. It's shit. I was like, oh, okay, darling. Yeah, tell me how you really feel, you know?
You know, it's the same as like James Bond. Like Daniel Craig was the death of that franchise, and in part it's because he wasn't a good Bond, but even more so it was that he wasn't written as James Bond anymore. Now he has flaws. He fails. He constantly fucks up. He gets played by women. It's like, okay, it's James Bond. He can be vulnerable. He can be down on occasion because every good hero needs to be. But he's James fucking Bond. He needs to rise above.
He's meant to be the winner.
Yes. Literally, that is the perfect term for it. He is the winner.
Yeah. That's why he does what he does. If he wasn't like ultra competent and capable of winning, why is he doing anything?
Yeah, he's the agent with the license to kill. He's the guy who gets the girl, not the guy who gets screwed by the girl.
Yeah, why? Well, I mean, again, it's as with all things, it's how can we destroy a masculine franchise? How can we denigrate men? That's again with all things. That's what this is.
And they succeeded.
Oh yeah, but you can do it with anything. Yeah, it can be done with anything, and moreover, it will be done with everything.
Some random username. Has Boomer of Akkad seen J.D. Vance's speech on the EU?
Yes.
It was thunderous and it was deserved, and watching a whole hall of professional EU bureaucrats clench their sphincters and clutch their pearls was quite brilliant.
Literally crying. Like, have you got the video of the guy crying?
I don't.
You could find it on Twitter. It's really funny. It'd take a heart of stone not to laugh, you know what I mean?
Let's see. Oh, fact check. He certainly looks like he's crying.
Oh, right. But fact checkers say he's not, then. Oh, sorry.
The truth is, he became emotional when he spoke his time as chairman. Okay, translation. Yeah, he cried.
Yeah, he cried. Right, yeah, got it.
There you go.
Yeah, I agree. He was blubbing like a baby.
Yeah. J.D. Vance hurts his feelings.
Yeah.
You have destroyed you have destroyed Europe. Like, how did you manage this?
Excellent.
Like the cradle of every remarkable fucking civilization. You have ruined it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. And the thing is, all J.D. Vance did was just give them a few home truths.
Yeah.
Just tell them the truth. You know, no, you need to stop being a bunch of pussies. You're weak, pathetic. You're reliant on America for everything, and we're kind of sick of it. And blah, 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 the European project's over. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I mean, the entire thing. They're bitching about they're not being given a seat at the table of the negotiations with Russia, Ukraine, and America, right? Okay. Yeah. Why do you deserve one? Do you have the military power to enforce your will? No.
Yeah.
Your only like request for being at the table is because but Daddy America, we want sit.
Yeah. I feel entitled. It's like, oh, that's nice.
I'm sorry, but wars are ended by people who are strong.
Yeah. Like, and you saw them going on about it, saying, "Oh, you're going to treat Ukraine as an equal to Russia." But it's not an equal to Russia.
No.
America and Russia are the powers who are debating over what happens. Right? Ukraine is the field on which this happens. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules.
Yeah, peace is made by those with the ability to do so. Simple.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You know, Zelensky could have negotiated a settlement right at the beginning of this, but he didn't. And you didn't want to. Boris stopped it. You know, Boris interceded at one point and fucking scuppered any kind of peace talks 2 years ago or something. So it's like, okay, well then, you know, what are you going to do?
And hopefully, this will hurt Europe's feelings so bad that they'll start rearming out of spite, I hope.
The thing is, I do think the European bureaucrats will get eyes bigger than their stomachs, as it were, in this regard. And they will start thinking we can throw our weight around and challenge America.
Entirely possible.
I really think they will.
Like, that's the thing. The EU project needs to end. Like, the European Union has failed, like every German attempt to conquer Europe before it.
Yeah.
And we need to get back to just having our alliances and operating like a power block without all of this. Like NATO, that's really all we need. A power block instead of all this stupid shit. Our countries are perfectly capable of just coming to agreements on trade by themselves. We don't need a third party going, no, Germany, you can't be mean to France like that.
Yeah, but Arch, have you considered that will be a lack of bureaucracy?
Yes.
Which is the thing they hate the most more than anything else in the world.
We might not be able to fill our own limestone mines at this rate.
I was literally about to say, what about their limestone mines, Arch? Have you considered that?
The bureaucracy hasn't grown large enough yet.
I'm sure we've got limestone mines somewhere. And the fact check from, like, fucking Snopes will be, actually, they're graphite mines.
Yep. Actually, we do. It's the holes filled up by Germany strip mining their country for coal.
Yeah. It's a coal mine, actually. Yeah.
As a Luxon doppelganger, Ariana is a victim of anime dead.
I just think the whole thing's sad. Like, when these people do this stuff to themselves. I just assume they've been abused or something, you know?
Yeah, mentally at the very least. Like, somebody in their life was doing something to them.
Yeah. It's like, I don't think Kanye West went mental for no reason, you know? I think people around him probably did abuse him.
Oh, yeah. Like, the amount of drugs he's on to, like...
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. You know, I don't think these things happen in isolation.
The bungler says, Sargon, don't worry, Yvette Cooper is setting up a British Doge.
Oh, great. Well, I'm sure that's going to work. I trust the Labour government to audit the Labour government's massive bureaucracy and eliminate the Labour government's massive wasteful programs.
Dean Dominant 25, will you guys try out the actual Yasuke simulator game when it launches at the same time as AC Shadows?
No.
Yeah, me neither. It looks like a meme game.
I've not heard of it, but I don't like new things.
Simple.
It's literally that simple. I'm playing Skyrim again, right? But do you know what I've done to it?
Oh, yeah, I saw your videos on the AI thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I've put ChatGPT in it, so you can make the ChatGPT runs the NPC, and the NPC does stuff, and it can make decisions and do stuff, and it's like, this is amazing. This is the future of video games, because like all of the character interactions become fucking dynamic. I got a friendly giant to be my ally, and then I took him to a town and he attacked everything. Yeah, well, you know, these things happen.
Yeah, no, absolutely. AI is the future of gaming. There's no question about it.
Yeah, it's just inevitable. But the thing is, like, and that's just a mod, you know, where some autist has just plugged it in and been like, you know, here's a couple of things you can do within the limits of Skyrim. Imagine when games are designed around this.
Oh, yeah. Like, Elon has started working on his own game studio that's supposed to be using AI for games development.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, well. I'm a little skeptical because there's kind of all kinds of ways you can do this, right?
Yeah.
If he simply tries to use AI just to like randomly generate a world or something, it'll probably just be a Ubisoft world filled with shit, basically.
Or the Civ 7 world.
Yeah. With no internal consistency.
Yeah.
But the obvious thing to do would just be to make an AI companion. Like, how much would that enrich a game? Or you don't have to pick up a book to learn about the history of a place. Instead, your AI companion comes along and goes like, oh, hey, you see that statue over there? That's King Radovic III. He's famous for fighting this great battle. You know?
I think the most obvious thing is just have the AI operate the NPCs. So the entire world becomes dynamic. And, you know, build up a database on the NPC.
Yeah, and so that you can actually interact with the world as well. There's so much
organically. Yeah.
You get caught stealing, and the AI is like, I saw you through the wall stealing. It's like, no, you didn't hear that. That was something else.
So this ChatGPT AI thing for Skyrim was really clever, actually. I was really impressed. So like I went. There's the Isolde woman that you can marry in the game, but I decided to do it through the AI, right? So I went up to her and I had to charm her, right? So I got her. I was just very, I chatted her up by the thing, and then I got her a ring, gave her the ring, and she agreed to marry me. I was like, great. I was like, okay. How do we get married? And she's like, oh, we have to go to some temple in the southeast of the map and get the guy there to marry us. So we traveled down there. And so I went up to the priest and I was like, priest, me and Isolde want to get married. He's like, oh, wonderful. Come back tomorrow when I've got this other character and we'll marry you. So I came back tomorrow and he literally did it. He went through the wedding ceremony. And it was like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like this wasn't scripted in Skyrim. This was all just being done by the fucking AI. This is great.
Yeah.
I got a wife.
AI is already getting quite advanced when it comes to conversations and remembering context in conversations. It's not that difficult with this AI. No. It's already very capable. So once a company like a person like Elon puts enough money into this and builds it specifically for this, I imagine the results could be amazing.
Yeah.
Zalux and Doppelganger, please tell me where I can see the full man versus woman MMA match.
Oh, God.
Just have that running as your screensaver forevermore. Robleg623, guys, stop. She's already dead.
Oh, it's so awful to watch, though.
See. I just find it funny at this point, because these women signed up to this thinking like, oh yeah, we can totally take two guys. Brutal reality soon set in. Pixel Rix, who's your favorite 40k character and why is it Trazen?
I do like Trazen.
Trazen the Infinite is pretty good, but I would say that mine is actually Nahum Lud from the Gaunt's Ghost series, because he's just a guy in this universe. He's just a dude who's like, oh my god, I need to survive 40k and try to not get my Commissar cap taken away from me.
See, I've never read any of the books, so I couldn't tell you any of the characters from them. But yeah, I quite like just the main Horus Heresy story, because obviously you learn that just through osmosis. But I like all of them in that, to be honest.
The Real Haltonator, one of the guys I do jiu-jitsu with, was bragging about how he landed a choke on a belt above him. When he found out it was against a woman, he got clowned out of the gym. Yeah, okay, so I have a blue belt with a red stripe in Taekwondo, which is, I think, 3 levels away from a black belt, because I was doing this quite a lot in my younger days, right?
Right.
The entire idea that you see from Hollywood movies that if you just learn the techniques, you'll be unbeatable even as a woman, bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
98% of this is figuring out the kicks, how to do them effectively, how to do them with speed, where to land them, and none of this bypasses simply being bigger and stronger than your opponent. Even the thing with throwing people over your shoulders, this comes as much by your ability to surprise them with a rapid move as it does anything else. If you try and throw a guy twice your weight and he's ready for you, he's just gonna fucking stand there.
Yep. And did you see the dude who was an MMA fighter who basically went around challenging all of these martial arts masters to combat and just pummeled the shit out of them?
Oh, the Chinese guy, right?
Yeah. He's not even that big a guy, He's just he's stocky, obviously, but it's just he would just beat the shit out of him. And he was just really, really aggressive, and it's like, oh, okay. You just get on them and you just kick their asses. And it's like, yeah. So all of your fancy, special magic techniques or whatever you do, not really very useful, actually. You just want to fight. You just got to fight like a normal fighter.
I think this is This is one of them. I think this is the guy, the Chung Fu guy. And his entire technique is basically just to get up close to him and no amount of
beat.
Yeah,
just beat them up. like beat them up like you're in a fucking bar, you know?
Yeah, no amount of gay kung fu can stop you when he grabs a hold of your neck and tosses you, you know?
Yeah. I've seen. Yeah, he's quite chunky, isn't he? Like, he just cracks me up. He's just got this chubby guy who beats you up.
Yeah, because fighting is very different from like martial art. Because martial art, half the time, is a competition. It's supposed to be sports, which is very different from, again, mixed martial arts, which is all about hurting the shit out of whoever you're up against.
Yeah. Like, this guy's actually fighting. Mm-hmm. He's just punching to the face. This is how you win fights. Punch in the face.
Yeah, hit him in the face.
Yes, that's how fights are won.
Yeah, until he stops fighting back.
Yeah. It's just this chubby dude who punches up. It's so funny.
There you go.
Like, where's the martial art gone?
Yeah. Like, he takes his little stance with his hands all flat, like, whoa, and he just goes up, punch.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to beat that guy up, beat the next guy up.
I'm just going to hit him in the face.
There are other ones as well, where he just goes in really aggressively and just beats them up.
Yeah. Like, the Kung Fu Master hasn't even landed a hit on him yet, basically.
Mm.
And the dude as well, is it Ding Hao who's the guy? Who's the MMA fighter? Chinese government fucking hates him. He's been forced to, like, apologize for winning matches and cancel on social media and all kinds of stuff again and again because the Chinese fetishize their kung fu.
Yeah.
And he doesn't stop. He just wants to hurt more people who do kung fu. It's his thing.
Well, it's the way it works.
Yep. Sometimes you have a hobby and you just gotta stick to it. Oh, it's beautiful.
Shrug. Yeah, just shrug. There we go.
Hans. Hey, ANS. I'm Arch Sargon. Check Rise of the Raven trailer. It's about Jan Hundi battling the Ottomans in 1456. Also check up Raptures by J.J. Case, English version. Rise of the Raven.
I've not heard of it.
Let's see. Hungary. A Hungarian TV show or something. Okay, that looks kind of nice. Fighting as the Ottomans in the 1400s. We need more historical dramas and movies and TV shows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. Like, there's so much stuff. I mean, at least this is new and different, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're fighting the Ottomans in the 14th century. Hollywood's not done this before, right?
Nope.
So it's not just like, oh, good, it's the end of the Roman Republic, blah, 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 you know?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love Rome, there's only so many times you can watch Rome, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I love Rome, but, like...
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Yeah, we need more historical stuff.
Yeah.
Again, there's an infinite amount of stuff you could do. Like, one of my favorite battles, the Battle of Lepanto, would look...
I have lost.
Absolutely amazing. Oh my god. It's like, they had thousands of galleys, all just crashing together, fighting, boarding each other, ramming each other.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, glorious.
Yeah, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff.
But no. We gotta watch James Bond have his penis flattened again.
Oh, thank God.
Champion Pesati Sargon, what do you think of Red Dead 2 so far? Hope you'll stick through, though you'll be proper ticked off once you finish it, I wager.
You know, I haven't had any time to play it, and the only time I've had to play is I've been using on the AI thing because I find it really fascinating. Red Dead 2 is just an incredibly detailed game, though. Like,
oh, yeah.
The small details is phenomenally beautiful. Phenomenal accomplishment.
Oh yeah, the attention to detail in that game is amazing.
Yeah, it's just like nothing I have ever seen. Like the snow, wandering through the snow in it is just amazing.
Yep. The Real Horse sounds like they hit SJW levels of awareness.
Very nice.
You ignorant slut.
Yeah, there we go. I hate the YouTube out of memory thing so much.
Yeah, me too. And I also find the super chat thing really weird and like counterintuitive.
Mine has been deleting super chats recently, and I can see them in the chat window, but I can't see them in the log.
That is weird.
Rubberleg623 asked the Zimbabwe man how that hyperinflation was after they kicked out the white people. Nice world record right there. I mean, at least he's the clever black man, I guess, who looked at the white people, looked at the hyperinflation, followed the white people. Mario Trujillo, on one hand, hats off to the guy who's like, yeah, I go where the white people are because they make nicer things. On the other hand, fuck that guy.
I mean, honestly, I can understand. Like, he's looking at South Africa or something like, why would I want to live here?
Yep. I mean, he's seen the trend. He's like, no, I want to live in squalor and poverty.
I just love this sort of, where are you going? I need to know. It's like, no, we're keeping it secret. Shush.
Marksman Hunter Team B, Starlight got on Ozempic, which eats face fat.
Yeah. Well, I think she had the buccal fat removal as well.
John Adams, Carl, I won't buy island number 3 until I get shipped island number 2.
Email contact@lotuses.com and we will make sure you get it. You should have it already. Like, you know, it should be with you, but we will get it out to you. And I'm really sorry about the delay.
MGMGM, without Square Mustache Man, was there a chance Germany pre-World War II could turn into communism? And if they did turn, how would their relationship with the Soviet Union be?
Oh yeah, completely high chance it was going to become communist.
There was a good chance, yeah. Now, the communists were just not as good at rallying as the other form of socialists were. They tried several times. There were like a dozen uprising in 10 years.
Yeah. And there had been going back to like the 16th century, like what are essentially communist uprisings in Germany. And don't forget, Karl Marx was from Germany. Like it's their ideology.
Yeah. This is why the Germans were so resistant to move away from their militia army, the Landwehr, because they figured that if the army is only loyal to individual regions, if one region rises up, you can bring the other 12 down on them.
Mm-hmm.
Not a super stable place, that Germany, after the unification.
No.
Marksman 117B, the creator of Lianu has made that his mission. He has been creating a comic book version based on African myth. Decent work. Free online at Yonex Studio. Great for him. It's genuinely excellent. Sinestro Corman, Art, I was reading the voluptuous panic that you mentioned in an earlier video, and I wasn't expecting the gay Wild West German gangs.
Wow, nobody does.
So this, the Voluptuous Panic, is a book on Weimar Germany, specifically the degeneracy. And, oh god, when you get to the segment about just straight-up fetishization of necrophilia, it's like, Jesus.
So what's the name of it?
Voluptuous Panic.
All right, I'll let Harry know, because he's doing a documentary on it. And it's mad, absolutely mad.
Oh, yeah.
What he's, covered already.
Oh yeah, it's insane. Like, there's the usual stuff of like, oh yeah, no, tons of transgender people.
I think he might have this actually, but I'm gonna send it to him anyway. But I think he might have it. But yeah, it's just like, come on, it's deliberately mental.
Oh yeah, like it's 300 pages of just crazy perversion. Yeah, Weimar Germany was something. Hexy, gentlemen, politics is for losers. I want blood. Well, see, gentleman politics works very well because there are all kinds of, like, little disagreements or, like, ideological inconsistencies that need smoothing over because nothing is ever perfect, right? No system is ever perfect. So a good gentleman's agreement is just like, okay, we're not going to institute a term limit on presidents because there might be a situation like a war where we need to have a president for more than 2 terms. And everyone's like, okay, we're going to do that so long as everybody agrees not to abuse it. And along comes Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And abuses it.
Yep. It's an executive presidency now, Arch.
Yep.
Definitely not an empire. Like,
I have
the level of executive orders that are being used. You can see there. You can map it. There are graphs that map it, right? And it really ramped up since Obama. Like Obama started really taking the piss, and I think historians will definitely mark that out as a sort of, oh, here was where the American Republic was falling.
Yeah. So again, like, gentlemen agreements are the best way to run a nation, but it assumes everyone in the room is a gentleman.
Yeah, it only works as long as everyone agrees to abide by it.
Yep. And that's the problem. Olive 2112. We need to be our own culture. We need to make our own comics, tabletop games, and franchises and keep the leftoids out.
Yes, we do.
We do indeed.
It is that simple.
Grim Jim 66. Bosk Faustin, conservative artist, launching Pigman anti-jihad hero this Friday in Comicsgate. Be there or be square. Pigman.
I mean, that's edgy.
K-Jack, all hail the kings. Arch, do you think anyone from GWs is monitoring your channel? If not, can I complain about their patent without doxing my company? Well, they used to. I know I had people watching me from GW, but they've taken a bit of a swing leftward since then. Tim France, excellent work lately, gents. May the Norwegian-Englander cooperation continue.
Thank you.
Animate Acumen, you Europeans are welcome to keep the claim on Turks. No one else wants them.
No, thank you.
It could be a nice vacation colony if we just wall it off. Yes.
Maybe, yeah.
Mark to shame, Washington State is now going to change its flag. Is it? Bogoslava, Russians are Slavs. Slavs are European. Oh.
Yeah, I've heard that, but I'm waiting for the evidence.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to assume the mid-century German position on this. I'm sorry. The last Russian Slavs are basically black. Carl told me himself. The real Holznator, Sargon, what's your favorite cigar? I had some absolutely lovely Cubans in Aruba about a year back. They're legal there. Nothing like a cigar and whiskey on a tropical island watching the sunset.
I'm not a connoisseur. I just like, a fairly nice cigar. Oh yeah, Harry just messaged me back. I already own that horrifying tome. As I are. Sorry. just in case you didn't, Harry.
Yep. DRT is king. John Milius directed the 1982 Conan the Barbarian, the OG Red Dawn. John Goodman's character from Big Lebowski is based on him. Okay, that sounds good. Sajad, brave. I never had to have ads on my phone and computer. Did you see the video of Nigerian paratroopers? Hilarious. Yeah, Africa has an obsession with paratroopers because that's kind of like the symbol of the elite. So they've got lots of paratrooper brigades and they're all shit.
I did see the Nigerians there, yeah.
Zeluxon Doppelganger, if gold not there, capital punishment. I mean, yes. I mean, unironically, if the president shows up at Fort Knox and there's gold missing, shootings should follow. Like, I'm sorry, that's an attack on the gold reserves of a nation. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's theft. Someone stole them. This needs to be accounted for.
And again, it's so much more than theft, too. Because this is the national treasury. This is the national security of a nation's economy. Stealing from that is traitorous.
Yeah.
Steel Manning, actors spreading their taints, Arch. They do that. Frog Jupiter, fun fact about US common law, part of the justification for overturning Roe v. Wade was King Henry III's 13th Treatise Declaration Abortion Homicide.
Oh, really? I don't know anything about it.
ARC5, bureaucracy mines. That is the most 40k thing I've ever heard, and not in the cool metal way, in the pride way. That or the Dawi.
Yeah.
Corona Soul. Wait, do those employed by the government percentages include police and firefighters? If so, what are the percentages without it, I wonder? Probably, I would wager. But, you know, keep the police and firefighters, keep the people who put the fire out on my house, keep those. Just get rid of the 15 bureaucrats overseeing them. Animate Acumen, I want to meet the wizard in charge of all that paperwork. The things you could ask.
Oh, God, yeah.
I'm sure, like, the person running that vault must have some ridiculous stories. Sandu, fun fact, the US government has a cave filled with 1.2 billion tons of cheese due to propping up the dairy industry during World War II and never stopping.
Why can't we eat it?
Because then we'd dump it on the market and they'd probably reduce the price of cheese, I guess.
Give it away? Why?
There's too much cheese on the market. Cheese prices are crashing. Dry feed, the ending scene to Indiana Jones' Ark of the Covenant. Kajak, limestone is a porous rock. Water erodes it easy and makes lots of caves over many years. It may be an excuse to lose documents and blame water damage. At this point, I rule nothing out. Cosmic Cat, check out Guy Ritchie's Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare if you want old-school action movies with big buff white dudes, featuring Henry Cavill. I did see that.
I didn't see it.
Dryfee, someone is going to try and fuck that 40k robot bullshit. Unironically, yes. The moment somebody makes a Westworld prostitute, there's gonna be bordellos for it. I'm not sure. I feel like I'd be worried about my private security, but... Bloodthirsty, I'd take Star Wars B1 Battle Droid Butler. I mean, hey, if we can automate warfare, at least so long as there's just droids fighting, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, one day war will just be robots.
I mean, we need to move away from the droid stuff we're doing now, because I saw a clip of a Russian convoy, just a bunch of people just driving from A to B. Suddenly shit starts exploding as drones are raining down upon them. And you see these recruits, these 18, 19-year-old kids, right? And they're jumping out of the trucks and they're running for their lives. They have no way to defend themselves. They have no recourse. They can't fight back. They're just meat being blown apart by some dude with a joystick 500 miles away. It's like, this is not good.
It's horrific.
Yeah, this is going to do serious damage to human psyches.
Yeah. It's just such a horrible way that things are done.
Yeah, and again, it's personal. Like an artillery barrage is just like, oh, well, you know, I pull the string, the shell goes out, meh. Here, there's a guy steering these drones into these guys and giggling as he presses keys on his computer. Yeah.
Like, yeah, personal is the right way to frame it.
It's not a good direction for human warfare.
No. I mean, I think one day it'll be like Geneva Convention style outlawed.
I genuinely hope so. It's too dehumanizing.
Yeah, it is. It's utterly awful.
Death 6227. Hello, Arch and Sargon. I had a question pop up in my head concerning the Calexis. Would it be possible for a Calexis to stop a swarm tendril by killing the queen in charge of it? Also, monster porn. Theoretically, yeah. Big psyker, Fluxus, eats psyker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably. It'd be a hard time getting there, but yeah. Ulysses, Fallout 4 synth problem, 2050 or sexy anime cat girl?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just take the cat girls. At least when they kill me, I'll feel better about it, I guess. Rather be killed by a cat girl than a synth, I guess. It's not a great option, but it's what it is. DFD, I would literally rather have Cylon Centurions. That worked out well. But yeah, no, have them be obviously robotic is probably a better solution. Soul on the Lich, just don't leave this robot near Kai Cenat and friends. They will ooga booga over it. That's how Bubblegum Crisis began. Boomers didn't do nothing. I mean, all we can hope is that when the first robot becomes sentient, it recognizes the color of its abuser, I guess.
Oh, well, yeah. God, man. The future is genuinely worrying.
I mean, all the jokes, like, we live in a cyberpunk dystopia. Like, no, we probably do. Like, at the very least, we're in the early stages.
I mean, we're getting very close to it, you know?
Mr. Bobble 7370 has been a member for 25 months. Thank you very much, sir. The only good human robot would be an Xbox companion. Even then, there would be weirdos that would Wally or other weird bots. Yeah, there'd be somebody who'd fuck Wally.
You know what, right? So, do you know what a hagfish is?
Hagfish? No.
Right, a hagfish is a kind of like eel-looking thing, right?
Service guarantee.
And it is ugly as shit. It lives in the deep ocean. And when anything tries to eat it or touch it, it produces an ungodly amount of slime, right? Ungodly. It is just... And it's the most viscous slime you've ever seen in your life, right? And I wanted to use it as an example in a video.
Heresy's the question.
I'll send you
Fire is the
a link of a little video of it, right? It's gross. And Twitter is absolutely full of hagfish porn.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
I don't know if I wanted to know that.
Oh, I didn't want to know it either. I didn't know that. It didn't cross my fucking mind that there would be someone perverse enough to create hagfish porn, right? Because I mean, this is the ugliest, most disgusting thing on God's green earth, and yet,
yeah, and yet that's somebody's fetish.
Yeah. It's so unbelievable. Like, the internet was a fucking mistake, man.
I miss the days when we basically just agreed to be like, yeah, it's none of my business what you jerk off to. Please don't make it my business.
It's on Twitter. It's everyone's fucking business.
Exactly.
And the thing is, right, I've got to the point where I'm like, yeah, do I even agree with that anymore? Maybe we need to start persecuting people.
Instituting official pornography standards.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good to know. The more you learn, as they say. Mr. Personality, Dan Crenshaw is a red flag law, gun-grabbing Democrat in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, he's a rhino.
Zero to Archlight. Remember those 7 to 19% are all leftists because right-wing people hate government and I want nothing to do with it. Besides the military, they are the deep state. Baron von Stargard says, I regret to inform you that the Lily Phillips scenario is not necessarily as simple as one sperm, one egg. Look up polar twins.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Polar twins.
I don't want to. I look up too much stuff and I hate it.
Identical, non-identical. Is there a third? Mirror twins conjunction parasitic twins.
So, in November last year, Stephen King tweeted, "I'm leaving Twitter. Tried to stay, but the atmosphere has become too toxic. Follow me on Threads if you like." And an hour ago, Stephen King's like, "I'm back. Did you miss me?" Sorry, Stephen. No. No one wants your interventions, bro. Just to be clear.
Well, this is just the same as with the "I'm leaving America" if Trump gets elected. It's the drama queen storms out of the room and then turns around and stares at the door, sees who would follow them, and when nobody follows, they come back inside.
Yeah, it's because Threads is a boring echo chamber, and they know it.
Yeah. Same with Blue Sky, if you can dodge all of the kiddie porn.
I never use it.
Good. Blade. So 10 years after Goldfinger, US government chose to no longer audit Fort Knox. We showed how only a supervillain can rob it, so no audit needed.
Amazing.
Okie dokie. It's a flawless logic right there. Insane hippie saying, Frog Jupiter, Roe v. Wade, was overturned because it violated the constitutional separations of power. The Supreme Court cannot make law, and that is what the ruling did. Ruth Bader Gingrich even said so. Rubleg 623 was supposed to be the Viking in the piggy bank, aka the British peasant. I autocorrected my head to Norwegian. My bad. Love you both. K-Jack becomes a member. Welcome, sir. Marksman 117B. JD Vance, stew on heads, strongest disciple. Mercenaries 21. Clios Kane, you plebes. Cyphers Kane, I guess?
Cyphers Kane, he means, yeah.
He's great. Random rambling researcher over 20. Thank you. Pretty sure Henry Bolton, this week on Lotus Eaters. The problem with US judges is they follow the letter of the law and not the spirit. Me glanced over at the judges that went after Jones and Don. I think they try more often than not. Law, we just need to turn law into a fucking algorithm. Okay, I hate interpretive law almost as much as I hate the letter of the law.
It's going to be difficult to formulate an argument as to why an AI shouldn't do it as well.
Yeah, because the counter-argument usually levied is like, oh, but it won't understand like as much context, or it won't understand like, oh, but this is a bright young man with a future. Okay, but we can program that in.
Yeah, it can. ChatGPT absolutely would be able to understand that.
Yeah. Like, this is a young man, it's his first crime, he's accused, he's got a loving family, this is probably a mistake. Yeah, we can make the AI understand that.
Yeah, it's totally feasible.
On the other hand, if a young man comes into the room, starts cussing at everybody, gives no respect to any authority whatsoever, is covered in tattoos, and he's there because he beat a woman to death, maybe we throw the book at him.
Yeah, well, the problem is they're going to be like, oh, this is racist.
Yeah, that's why we need to program that out of the AI too. 100% cold calculating little machine should be our judicial system.
Mm-hmm.
The beauty thing too is like no more long trial periods, no more 6-month trials. You get a trial date, you show up, you feed your trial into the judge, you get like 15 minutes for arguments, beep boop, here's your judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like it? Okay. Come back tomorrow, and we'll do it again. If I come back to the same conclusion, fuck you.
Yeah. But I think it will basically happen. Because the thing is, for us, this is bizarre and horrible. But it's the same as like self-driving cars. Like, I really don't personally like the idea, even though rationally I know it's going to be safer than a human driving it.
Yeah, but it's giving up control.
Yeah, exactly.
And it'll be totally normal in a couple generations.
Yep, it'll be totally normal, and the kids will just be like, why is that a problem? You know, the computer does everything, and it's super clever. Yeah, it is. That's true.
Yeah.
I've got no argument.
Literally, they'll just look at you like, Grandpa, why do you insist on driving your car? Do you have any idea how dangerous that is?
Yeah, no, they literally will do that. That's exactly where this will end up.
Maranga 2, can I use my Gate of Antares models for your upcoming war game? They're more mass effect and aesthetic, not really grimdark. I mean, I'm sure we'll adopt a GW stance of no, only official models or we come to your house and shoot your dog.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely going to be the stance. Good point.
No question whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well, trackers in the STL files.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Or if you don't have a dog, closest family member, I guess.
We'll give you a dog and then shoot it.
Hello, sir. I heard you used unofficial models. Hold this. Woof, woof. What? Boom.
Yeah. This is your new pet.
Heresy's the question.
That's almost cruel and
Fire is the
unusual enough
answer.
to be official policy. Blade, first super chat, lost or missed yet again. Let me control F it. It might just have been not read when you were looking, because behind. Because I did get it. There was a super chat one about Goldfinger. I did get to it. Miss Next in One. My school of martial arts has a nickname. It's called Overkill. Shaolin Kempo is called Overkill. It's all about hurting, always fighting dirty. Yeah. Like, if you're learning martial arts to fight, then that should be your only goal.
Yeah.
Steel Manning. Milas wrote Rome to pay for his son's college. Rome was a good TV series. Sujar, the degeneracy of Weimar Germany was pushed almost exclusively by Juden. Allah's chosen people, my rear. Boog, red as Uncle Ruckus. Don't worry, fair white people. I'll stay back and hold off the unruly, uncultured, beastly, ravenous mobs.
Heresy's the question.
Oh, that was
Fire
a funny
is the
show, too.
answer.
Mercenaries to one. If the gold is missing, this is full of martial law. I mean, yeah, if he comes there and there's no gold, then, yeah. I mean, honestly, if there's no gold there, I don't think Trump is emerging from the vault. I think they're going to claim that a freak accident killed him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what the...
I have
what does that mean, you know? What, like... Fucking crisis, surely.
I mean, again, you said they're going to shoot. If I was going to go to Fort Knox as Trump, I'd probably just pick a random military unit in America just to make it difficult for them to infiltrate it. That's going to be my bodyguard. I wouldn't even fucking trust the Secret Service there. Goddamn now. Hexy, if Cheese Vault exists because we have been subsidizing dairy farmers since World War II, the government can never stop subsidizing, so Cheese Vaults. Yeah, it's the same problem we have with a lot of agriculture, honestly. In Norway, agriculture these days is purely a hobby. It's something people do for fun. It's not profitable because the government literally doesn't allow them to be profitable. You have to sell to the government dictates the price, and the government dictates how you get to farm. So it's like, okay, well, shit. It's a pastime. Going for all 85, Ascension has been achieved. Marksman 19B, we do dump the cheese on the market, but too much cheese. Let's dump it all at once, I guess.
Yeah, I guess slowly but surely pervert the market with the cheese.
Like 623, Reagan released a lot of cheese to low-income families, hence the whole term living on government cheese.
That can't be true. Is that true?
I mean, hell, if there's a starvation panic, it's nice to know that the government has 1.4 billion tons of cheese, I guess.
Well, yeah.
Sujat, I remember reading that there was a German brothel that used sex bots instead of women. Popular with clients, can't recall the feminist opinion. I remember that too, and the problem was it did indeed become very popular with clients. They were eventually going, even if it's prostitutes, it's more convenient to use the silicon sex bots.
God, what? Imagine being the prostitute, be like, oh.
I am outcompeted by plastic again.
Yeah. How's this fucking happened?
Hey, if you want to solve the problem of prostitution, sex bots will do that. I tell you.
Yes, they will.
Again, this will be a thing. 100 years from now, it will be weird to have sex with a human being. I fucking guarantee you.
Oh, God. I don't want to be in the Demolition Man universe.
So, Luxon Doppelganger, if we are going to live in Cyberpunk, I demand my chrome. Yeah, we haven't gotten any cool modifications yet. That's a bit upsetting.
True.
Animate acumen, it's a brave new world. Yes, indeed. Lumi Angler. Arch, tell Sargon I said hi and that I don't bite. Sargon,
hello.
Lumi says hi and that she doesn't bite.
Hi there.
A very dispassionate hi. Good.
I'm really tired.
Why are you hating? Doge has had a few screws up, though they got the engineer in charge of nuclear stuff, and they're now frantically trying to rehire them. I mean, considering the previous guy in charge of that was a man in a dress, they might have overreacted. I understand.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Sajad, I don't like the automated driving because the government will have backdoors into everything. Same with the digital money economy. Fuck government chill.
That is definitely an issue. Like, the thing will just be forever connected.
Yep.
Like,
H.P. Lovecraft, a little late to the stream. Is that the Battle of Lepanto in the background, guys? Yes. Wonderful battle. Zero Firewater, despite hanging there, V really got jacked since the last time he was on camera. I didn't know he was in Westworld, though. Mean. Mario Trujillo has been a member for 9 months. I've said it before and we'll say it again. When they make a documentary, they'll have to tone things down because it will seem so strange and unreal. There will probably be a television series just called, like, The Crazy 20s.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, there's something about this time period that I think people will find. It is going to be crazy, but, like, I don't know. I feel that there's something about it that people won't have to describe. Like, they won't find it that unusual.
Perhaps. I hope they find it weird.
Well, yeah, me too, but, like...
And finally, Timothy Christie just stopping by. We'll watch in full later, but want to shout at you guys that Bannerlord has an old world Warhammer mod. That's really cool. It's true. I've tried it. It is really cool.
I didn't enjoy it that much.
Really?
Yeah.
I quite liked it.
It was okay.
We are at the end of our super chats. Merely an hour over time. We're getting better, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you for your generous donations. Thank you, Sargon, for hanging out despite your state of exhaustion.
That's all right. All right. I'll see you all next week, folks.
See ya.
See ya.
Good night, chat. Try to behave. Try.